Yeah.
Welcome in, everyone. Just pouring myself a drink. Grandpa's old cough medicine. Do the trick. Feeling a little under the weather. Doing good otherwise. Happy Wednesday to everybody out there. It's Wolfpack Wednesday, so let's throw up those two sweet signs and give each other all an imaginary two sweet so that we can all say hi. Say hi to us in the chat. As always, let us know that you're here. Not a lot of news, but we still have a super fun show, action packed. Maybe not talking a lot of like announcements or releases, but playing some Guess the Collector game, talking about 2024 sleepers. What else do we have on here? Maybe do we overhype some of these figures and then when they come out, we're kind of like, it's inevitably like a letdown. So we're going to have a lot of great discussions tonight. So thank you all for being here. 32 in the chat to start. So don't forget to hit that like button on the way in so that other people can come and say that they've watched us and that they love us too, and that they can subscribe to my friends as well. You can find that all in the description below. Guys, how are we doing tonight?
I'm exhausted from
Doing
that
great.
opening. Holy cow.
Well, we just had to
Did you
get it
take a
out there.
breath?
Yeah.
Did now.
I'm already tapping out.
No, it's been a hellish week. We've talked on the side a lot. One of my children got COVID over the weekend, and tonight found out the other one has it. So it's inevitable, and I can just feel the COVID stem cells or atoms or whatever you want to call them. They're just eating away at my body, and they're going to start to take over. I can feel it. So just kind of preparing for that. We've had a lot of problems with our well at our house, so that could be pretty costly. We had no water on, was it Monday or whatever the case, whatever day that was. But outside of that, I'm doing well. I mean, I did get my Bat Cycle and my Batman in the mail. Review for the Bat Cycle is up, and then the Batman will be up probably tomorrow. I have it done. It's just sitting up there, just kind of, giving it a little bit of time to settle. But that's actually made my week, so I'm really happy about that. But Sneaker, what's going on with you, man?
Well, my internet tried to defeat me again last night. So I broke I think it was 18-week streak of being on Wolfpack Wednesday. Sad. My internet defeated me last week. Had the Collector Tour episode last night. Defeated me for the last 20 minutes again. But I get my revenge tonight, baby. I'm here. I'm ready.
Here. We're happy to have you. And a big
be
round of applause to Collector Joey for stepping in admirably and replacing you last week. And
do not use the R word like that.
Heck of a job, that man.
Heck of a job. And yeah, after that weekend that he had with his Cowboys. So we won't talk about that again, but thank you for being here, Sneaker. It's good to have you back. Brick, how are you doing, sir? We're all kind of fighting sickness.
Yeah, I'm fighting a little cold still, but hopefully I don't sound too annoying to where you guys want to turn the volume down whenever I talk. But
gosh,
doing good otherwise. I just got a little cough, so this week is going by super fast yet super slow at the same time. Happy to be here tonight and ready to go. Yeah,
good.
Little Wolfpack.
Wolfpack to you, my friend. And DLO the Collector is in the house as well, sporting his Yankees hat. What's up?
It's one of my favorite hats. I like this.
I got nothing to say, so what's up?
Why do I have beer goggles on when I see you now? What's going on with your camera?
I don't know.
Blurry.
Oh man,
I don't know. It's not finding me, is it?
Pretty sure this is T.
Well, while he tries to figure it out, I'm doing very well, guys. Thank you for asking, Jetty. Appreciate that. I have a weird week myself going on, but it's kind of a collecting kind of problem. Has anybody ever told themselves, I'm not going to buy any figures this week, and you're doing really good, and then it's some sweet deal comes your way that's too good to pass up? Well, that was my week, so pretty stoked about that.
I'm
going to share it with you guys. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I got something special tuned up for tonight.
That's right. And we're gonna get into that in a little bit here. But before we do that, I'm gonna stop in by the chat and just say hi to everybody. Let's see. So if I seem a little disoriented today, it is because I feel off. I feel pressure on my head. I feel like a headache. I'm tired. But forgive me if just being weird tonight. So let's just check in with the chat. And first, we have Eddie Rodriguez throwing up the 2 sweet sign. What's going on, my friend? Thank you for being here. The movie canon evening legendary panel, fellow collectors. The Batman and Bat Signal has been shipped. Congratulations. I can't speak for the Bat Signal. It does look amazing, but I don't think you're going to be let down by the Batman and the Bat Signal, to be honest. But it's finally here. I feel like we've waited forever. And I even told my wife, I said, I've been waiting like almost 2 years for this. She's like, what? I'm like, yeah, it doesn't come out right away. Like, you got to pre-order it, or she's like, well, that's stupid. I'm like, yeah, kind of, but here's what it is.
On you, loser.
Yeah. Cylon in the house, new channel member. Thank you for joining.
Love Cylon.
The Jedi Knights Watch member. We do have 2 memberships. You have the pack, which is $2.99, and the watch, which is $3.99. I've let everybody know if they want to switch over to the $2.99. I'd probably just like close out the $3.99 one just to kind of give back a little bit to you guys. So yeah, if anybody feels in their heart that they want to take that extra step and just support the channel, feel free to become a member and unlock cool perks. However, it doesn't mean you have to. You still get this free content even if you don't, and just being here is enough for me. So thank you guys for being here, and thank you, Cylon, for becoming a channel member. Appreciate you, my friend. And he's already thrown up the 2 sweet. So 2 sweet to you, everybody. Give him a 2 sweet for taking the plunge. We got Tristan in the house. You guys are officially dubbed The Watch, like the movie. 4 main characters and everything. LOL. Is that the Jake Gyllenhaal movie? Is that,
yes,
no, oh, that's the Ben Stiller movie I'm thinking of.
That was End of Watch you're talking about.
Yeah,
that's
End of Watch.
No, yeah,
that's a great movie.
Yeah, that's funny. I gotta watch that again.
The Watch is like the Ben Stiller with Vince Vaughn movie. Yeah.
Okay. We got Queso Blanco in the house. Always good to have him here every single week. Channel member, 2 sweet to you. We also have Flavio's House of Collectibles. Good evening, fellas. Thank you for being here, Flavio. Appreciate you. Christian Cooper, what's going on, my friend? We got X-Man Supreme. Hi, diddly ho, neighbors, he says. Brick Artemis is obviously here. Jazzy, let's effing go. Wolfpack. You guys, yeah, let's go. How you figure in the house? Hey, everyone. Thank you for being here. Flanders, yeah. He's a great character. We got Mike Literis in the house. Thank you for being here. Another solid member of the Watch. Appreciate you. Doc Bat changing up his picture, going a little vintage Batman there. I like it. I like it a lot. Good evening. Good evening. Andrew James, good friend over on the East Coast. Come on, Graham. Start the damn show already. I know. I know you don't have all night. I know. We get to gabbing in the back, and we're bullshitting about stuff, and then time just kind of flies by. It's like we talk every day, but when we get on the show, it's like we haven't seen each other for a week, so we're catching up even though we talk every day. So it's kind of funny. Let's see. EvilSneaker, congratulations to you, member for 4 months, the first member of the Watch as well. So congrats to you. You should be unlocking a new badge pretty quick too, I would think.
Yes.
Wait,
are you gonna read my message?
Oh yeah. He says, shout out to the chat for being awesome every single week.
Too sweet to the chat.
You guys do rock this show. So thank you guys for being active in the chat. Tighter FL is here. We got primetime reviews. Thank you for being here, Brandon. He just got his Batman in the mail today too. So we were swapping pictures back and forth, and I know he's pretty damn excited about that too. So. And he had his bat cycle for a long time. So to finally be able to pair that, I know Sneaker, you're going through that as well, but like to finally pair that together, it's got to be a pretty special feeling. Nick's Collectibles, what's up, guys? He just got his integrated Spider-Man. No, Toby Spider-Man.
No, it's integrated. It's batch 1, but he got batch 2.
Right, batch 2.
He lucked out.
What's up, Niche?
Yeah. His is actually right.
Brick keeps freezing on us a little bit there. Brad in the house. What's going on, my friend? Yes, hit that like button, please. Do us a favor. Collection Obsession, and here we go. Hammer of God, thank you for being here. Good evening to you. What's going on, Daniel? Hello, hello. Chris Santos, what's up, Jedi? Great panel tonight, as always. Getting a little, I want to say lazy on getting a guest in here, but like when we rock just us four, we still rock it. So we don't feel the need always, but it is fun and refreshing to bring in a guest as well. But this panel is lit tonight. So Darth Sneaker, I know you asked the pronunciation on your show. Is it Tamaras?
Tamaras. Yep.
Tamaras.
Or Tamaras.
Okay. Tamaras.
Yep.
What's up, fellas? Hope everyone is doing well. Universal Key, thank you for being here. It's good to see all you guys. 58 in the house. Thank you for rocking the chat. Eclectic Collector, what's up, everyone? Yeah, Batman in the Cycle looks awesome. I know it's a little dark, but had to put something there, obviously, until we get that figured out. We have Collector Joey in the house, one of the channel members as well. Too sweet to you, my brother. It was good having you on last week. Thank you for being here this week. I just got over COVID, had it for the first time. Wow, that's pretty impressive, actually. I've actually talked to a few people in the last couple months that had it for the first time, and I don't know how you can go that long unless you're not testing. I don't know, but if and when I get it, it'll be the third time, so I'll be a 3-time survivor.
So brave.
I'll get a tattoo or something.
Terrible.
Yeah. Michael Jordan flu game stream incoming. Let's go. Seriously. Batman collectibles. Quick thoughts on 2022 Batman. I know you've got a review coming, but admit it, it's that damn good, Graham. It is good, but it does have a few issues. It's not perfect.
Stay tuned.
That wasn't confident.
Yeah.
No, seriously, I love it. I'm very happy with it, but it's not perfect. It's not like flawless, right?
It's not an S tier.
Whoa.
I don't know if I would say that.
Wait, if I remember, was it not an S tier in our recap of 2023? Did we not automatically deem it? Can we rescind that? What would you?
No, we're not rescinding.
We need to follow up on
this.
Just
saying.
Hold on.
Because when we made those rules, we
an
said
S
that
tier.
But when we made those rules, you said that if it's the pretty much flawless figure, but if it has 1 or 2 issues, then it's an A tier. You said it had 3.
So
you said it had a few.
But they're minor. I mean, one's the cape. It's average. It's not bad. It's not good. The head is on a magnetic ball joint, and it's fine when it's displayed. But if I'm moving the figure around, it kind of slips a little bit. So like, it was more so annoying me during the review. But if it's sitting here, it's no issue. And then the other issue was that I had a really big problem getting the portrait to peg in. And I'm not going to break the figure. And I know people have had to really force that thing in. So I wasn't going to risk breaking a brand new figure that I've been waiting so long for. So I think those were the main issues that I had. So like nothing, I mean, it comes with a lot of accessories. Oh, the other thing was just the base. I just didn't know if I needed. Like I kind of was like, man, if I would have just gotten the standard, I think I would have been okay. The base is the diorama base, depending on how you're going to use it. He's either got to have a foot on that ledge or he's going to be on a step. So it's just limiting you on where you can kind of put him on that base. So, but it's nice to have all those options as well. And that third light up doesn't light up. It's just there. So those were my quick things.
Does the bat signal, does the bat signal the thing that comes with the second cape?
No, I got the second cape.
You got the second cape. Are they similar?
To be honest, I didn't really open it up. I just kind of looked at it and then.
So I think I saw some people saying like one of the capes seemed like it was better potentially.
I thought it was the one that was. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to go back.
Yeah, I don't know what one. I was just curious. I couldn't remember.
Just let us know where the view is, and we'll be the judge.
So I did film this kind of like I filmed the Bat Cycle. If you guys saw that, where it was me kind of in front of the camera talking about it. So it's not going to be as like detailed. Like I didn't go over every single accessory like I usually do or show that. Like, so there were a couple things like I kind of just glazed over because it's already a 22-minute video and that's a lot longer than I like to do a video. So just keep that in mind. Like it's more of like my thoughts and just kind of first impressions getting the figure out. So, but yeah, thank you for being here, Batman. Let's see. As a New Yorker, I love me a good old Yankee hat. I got Stryker in the house. Good evening, everyone. Looking forward to these 4 boxes of super battle droids coming my way. Damn,
nice.
Went all out. We got SG Collectibles. What's up, collectors? Hey, thank you for being here. I'm abstaining from collecting until March. I wish I could do that too. I'm trying, but
that's what I said too.
Yeah, it's tough.
I have something to show you guys tonight.
Yeah, we got Stacy here. Hey, Wolfpack, happy Wednesday. Thank you for being here. Not buying anything they hit me with Hobo Gollin converted. Oh boy.
Ooh, good problem to have though. Great figure.
Yeah. Got Brandon Brown. Is Sideshow shipping Batman? Yes, people are starting to get their notifications that he's going to be coming into the warehouse. So if you do have a pre-order through them, just keep an eye out on your emails. Don't disappoint me. No, it sounds disappointing because I stay up late to do this review, and I'm bitching at these guys about what I don't like. It's easier to talk about what I don't like about the figure, or and we're going to talk about this topic tonight too. But I feel like this was my most anticipated figure of 2023. Right? I waited most of 2022, I think, all of 2023. Right? It came out. Yeah, it was announced sometime in 2022. I thought.
Yeah, I think the movie came out in March of 22, so I think maybe like a month or two after the movie, something like that.
Didn't this one actually get announced before the movie? I
don't remember, honestly. It's been so long.
One of them, but yeah. Anyways, most of 2022, quick. Yeah, all of 23, and then in 2024, I was so hyped for this and so looking forward to it, and then I think you get in your own head or you make something more than what it really is, and then you kind of get let down a little bit because there is, it's not perfect type of thing. And most figures obviously aren't going to be perfect. So, but looking at it, it's awesome. I love the little card. It's actually got the little barcode on the back. It's got all of the writing on the inside, and the envelope has to the Batman. It's so cool. So, Luke Christian waiting on InArt to drop the Battinson. Went with the all-in. I do have the InArt Battinson pre-ordered as well, but I'm not expecting that. Even if that's released today, I'm not expecting that till fall or winter of next year because of how slow InArt has been with that.
He's not wrong.
Dude,
I still don't have my
Gandalf. Yeah,
I don't have Gandalf yet, dude. So that was how many months ago was Gandalf out now? It's been almost 6 months since people started reviewing theirs or something like that.
Yeah, I want to say but people do. I think people don't even have their Pennywise yet.
I haven't seen
Kit just shipped all Pennywise.
That was summer.
I think Kit just put out a 1/6 Kit just put out a post and said all Pennywises are shipping. That was I think that was this week or a few days ago or something.
Yeah, I mean, so that's
maybe it's a sign I'll get my Gandalf this year. We'll see.
Brick's so pissed he left.
Oh no, I'm good, man. Just coughing.
We got Frank. Yeah, just coughing. Frank in the house. What's going on, my boy? Frank. Hashtag thank Frank. We got Gambit, another channel member. The portrait goes on with the cape off, or else it's going to be not going on properly. I did find that out after, but I did see people that put it on with the cape, so I was just trying to do that, but I don't know. Maybe the InArt I'll have with the portrait on. I'm not sure yet. Casablanca says there's more wires in the second cape that doesn't come on the figure. I believe it's a bit shorter too. It's meant to be used with the bat cycle for better posing.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
cool.
That's it.
Leal, I think I'm saying that right. What happens when you get a pre-order notification that's converting and you miss a payment? I've never had that happen. I'm not sure.
Great question. Can't say I know the answer to that. Never done that before.
Yeah.
Someone in the chat knows. Let a boy know.
It was announced March of 22. Damn, that's almost 2 months. Or 2 years, I mean.
Yeah.
So would widening the collar fix it? Either sticking sponges or spacers in so the hair will be able to fit buying a custom collar? No, I don't think I'm going to. I know it fit fine. It just I couldn't get it to peg in anywhere, so just didn't want to break anything. So I kind of skim over that. I didn't really even try it. I didn't even like typically in my videos, I'll pose it up and stuff. And it's just more of me kind of going over my thoughts. So at least Pennywise should come soon. Heard it was leaving the warehouse. We got Luis in the house. What's going on, my friend? Thank you for being here. He says hello, hello, hello. Who knows? Only like 1,000 people ordered Pennywise. Man, that looks like such a great figure, though. It's a shame.
It does.
We got Night Sight 77. Which design for the bat suit do you like more, the Batman or Dark Knight suit? Ooh, that's a great question. What do you guys think?
The Batman.
The Batman.
Yeah, the Batman.
I think the Batman as well. And it's not that I don't like the Dark
Batman.
Knight, but
It feels wrong to say that out loud, but it's the Bat. It's true.
yeah, and I didn't like this outfit to begin with, so I think it's grown on a lot of us.
Batman Begins suit easily trumps
That's a
the
good
Dark
one.
Knight suit. That's my opinion on that there. So
I agree. He almost looked a little too skinny.
yeah, he
in
lost
the-
off
in the
his
Dark Knight.
toughness.
Yeah.
Honestly, he looked like super bulky and scary in Batman Begins, and
Right.
then he gets into this like slenderish. Oh, I can move my neck now. Suit. And it just takes away
It's
all
all
the,
about the neck.
it takes away all the toughness. I'm sorry, I just never liked that suit that much.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't mind it, but it's not the
I
best.
hate it, but it's just like you had a beautiful suit. It's like how everybody felt when like Ben Affleck went from the BVS suit to the Justice League suit.
Mhm,
You know, it's not that big of a difference, but it's big enough to be like, man, you could have just stuck with the original. That's
Yeah, I
just
agree.
my take.
Gotta sell merch, right?
Gotta sell
Change
those
it up.
toys.
Single songwriter in the house. Always good to have the wise one in the chat. Thank you for being here. Yeah, the Batman is the better one. I really like the Batman suit. Just looks so rugged. You know, it's funny. So my kids are on their tablets tonight, and the wife is sitting on her phone. So I'm like, oh sweet, the TV's open. So I start putting the Batman on, and I pick up right where I left off from the last time I was watching. It was at the scene where he punches Gordon and then he runs out and then he takes that dive off the building. And I'm watching it, and 5-10 minutes in, my wife's like, you know, finally get the TV and I still don't get any say of what we're going to watch. And you just put on whatever you want to watch. So I'm like, fine, okay, what do you want to watch? And she's like, I don't know. And then she pretty much goes back to her phone. And then so she goes and starts making dinner and stuff. I'm like, I could have just kept watching. Like, come on, let me watch the Batman. Like, come on. So, just a little side note there. Let's see. We got, I think, Rackaman Chris. The Batman is just wearing baseball catcher's gear painted black. Yeah, I mean, a little bit, but kind of like that Batman Origins. So
Yeah, it's a year 2 suit, you know?
Right.
It kind of makes sense. If you really think it's weirder that Bale went from like the Batman Begins suit to Dark Knight, because technically Dark Knight was his year 2 suit. That's a little too high tech for 2
Right.
years of job. Just playing devil's advocate, to each their own.
We got Joe P in the house. Good evening, collectors. Excited to for the rest of those Attack of the Clones figures to start releasing. Good to have you here, Joe. Thank you for being here. Single Songwriter says, great video of your Bat Cycle. Now we need to see a pic of it with Nightmare Batman for us Daydreamer Imagineers. That'd be cool, actually.
That's a good one, actually.
I might have to. All right, I think we're caught up. Man, 63 in the house. Hit that like button. Show my boys some support by making sure you're subscribed to them as well. We lost Brick along the way somewhere, but hopefully he will come back. It looks like now he's the one having a little bit of internet technical difficulties. So
Contagious.
Shouldn't have picked on me so much today.
while we're waiting for him to kind of come back, I want to get this one out of the way. It's not that I don't care about it, but I think there's a lot more fun stuff we're going to talk about tonight. So let's talk about the super battle droid that was released today. Sneaker, I want to start with you. And my first question is, how many of these are you getting? Because I know you're at least getting 2.
I'm not, actually. I'm just going to get one. I'm just going to get one. Yeah, it's really hard for me to like As much as I would love to get multiples of different troopers and droids and all that stuff, it's too expensive. It's just for how much stuff I get and just how many figures I want. I just can't.
This is a cool pick.
Yeah, I can't justify it. But this guy looks great. I think he's really cool. Would it have been nice if it was like a die cast one? Yes, but it also would have made it so expensive. So I'm fine with it not being die cast. I think they nailed it, man. I think it looks great. The design of it's great. It's slim on accessories. There's not really much that this comes with. It comes with like this Geonosis painted base, as they say, which is just a sand base painted a darker color. So I'm like, come on, you don't have to hype it up for more than what it really is. It's just a sand base. But yeah, it looks really good. There's a couple like they did a really, really nice job with these photos. There's one where he's like standing, I think another one when it's like standing next to like Count Dooku. I believe I didn't look like too in detail at these pictures, but also this picture right here, a great use if you have clones for all of those clone trooper helmets that you have extras in your box to display this with like him holding a clone trooper helmet. I think that's really cool. But yeah, I wish maybe it came with like a few more accessories or something. But like I said, clone helmets, you have other stuff that you could use. I have like this Geonosis battle droid as well. Count Dooku, Jango Fett, probably gonna display him right next to those. So I actually didn't, I don't know when I'm gonna get this because I know like he's still pretty much readily available. So I'll probably.
How much is this?
265, I think, or 260. I could be wrong.
Expensive.
I could be wrong. But he's
like
like
a little less than that, but around that ballpark. Yeah.
Yeah, I forget exactly what it is. Maybe someone to check and let us know. But yeah, I probably will wait a little bit before picking this one up, but I'll get one for sure. There's just like this first few months of the year is going to be, yeah, I'm looking at my pre-order list and we got other Attack of the Clones figures that are going to drop, which I'm getting Padme, getting Anakin. Kenobi figures are imminent. Like I'm still waiting on my Batman invoice. So there's just a lot going on right now where I'm just going to have to hold off for a little bit. Oh,
well, and even
Mike in the job, Mike said 243. For some reason, I thought it was more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and even just like some of this third party stuff, like for me personally, is coming out Q1, like Alfred, Willy Wonka. So like I got to remember that stuff because I don't always see it, you know, with it's in 1/6 kit, but I don't track that very well for some reason. So, but this looks really cool. I love like the weathering and just kind of like the almost like the pitting going on. So it kind of looks like that metal finish. But as a droid itself, though, it doesn't really like speak to me. But it's, you know, it's just not for me. It's not something I'm gonna get. But DLO. Single songwriter says Count Dooku 2.0. Do you think it was by just, you know, Attack of the Clones, we're just putting Dooku in there? Or do you think Hot Toys is trying to tell us something that they might do a Dooku 2.0?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, I saw a single writer put that in the chat, so shout out to you for putting that out there. It's, you know, it's hit or miss. It's hit or miss because I know people really genuinely want a Dooku 2.0. I hope you guys get it there. But this isn't the first announcement that has Count Dooku in the photos. Let's be mindful of that as well. I believe the battle droid himself, the other one, there you go, the battle droid right there to the right. I think, if I'm not mistaken, there is a photo of Dooku in that as well. So sometimes it can be for a prop. Sometimes that can be a hint for a 2.0. I don't think it's out the realm of possibility that we will see a Dooku. Maybe not necessarily as a anniversary figure, but you know, there's other Disney content that contains Dooku as well. There, Tales of the Jedi comes to mind, things like that. So very, very possible. I just don't know if this is a definitive confirmation we're going to get another Dooku right now the second, but I'm sure eventually that will definitely happen. But as far as the figure is concerned, I love the figure. I kind of agree with Sneaker. It's really limited on the accessories. I wish if they weren't going to give us anything for him, maybe something that could be an accessory we can use for one of our troopers, right? Maybe possibly something for kind of like they had a shared accessory thing with C-3PO and the original battle droid that was released, right? Something like cool like that, unique. just to kind of give this one a little bit more value. I mean, it's $243. Remember, it was $5 less on Sideshow prior to this being released here, so keep that in mind as well too. Originally, it was gonna be under $240 at the time when this was originally announced if you pre-ordered it. But overall, I love it. I love droids. Droids are definitely a big soft spot for me as far as putting them, because they're great companions for any one of your Star Wars figures there. You can always put a droid anywhere, more or less, and it makes sense. So for me, we're showing Geonosis. Well, you know what I was thinking, honestly, what I was going to do with mine, because I will get one at least.
Okay.
I'm going to use mine for a Mandalorian display, as in the flashback scene from season 1, if you recall that. Because when they showed Din Djarin, you guys remember that scene. The Death Watch Mandos came on the scene to save.
Yep.
Now I have a reason to have my Death Watch Mando, because that's one of the weakest figures in my line that I wonder if I'm going to get rid of it or not. Truth be told, I'm kind of bored by it.
True. Yeah.
But
even with the poncho,
I try. I'm doing everything I can to make that thing feel like it belongs there. But he's on thin ice. But you know what? Something like this can easily make more sense to keep that figure too. Sure. So, but yeah, it's a low key figure. I'm not worried about this one selling out very soon. Kind of like everybody's been echoing. I've got other stuff that's here. I mean, I got Inart's got me on the line for $500 for Gandalf, and I don't know when it's going to drop. So I always have at least a minimum of $500 that I have to have in my bank account at any given time. So, but yeah, great figure. I love that we're getting droids. Droids are always going to be a good thing for Star Wars collectors when it comes to hot toys. So yeah, keep bringing them. This is another great piece. I only worry about if it's fragile, because I'm not happy with the battle droid being as fragile as that one is. I hope this one's a little sturdy, because mine's kind of wobbly. My battle.
I'm really surprised it's not die cast.
I am and I'm not, simply because the sense of like, this is at $243 at plastic. Can you imagine what a die cast super battle droid would be? It's a very skewed like group of people who would want this figure here. Truth be told, I mean, this is more for the prequel and the Clone Wars crew. This does not appeal to OT trilogy at all. Anything else outside of this here. So I think they played it safe. I think that was a smart move to make, simply because if it's not something that's a big hit with collectors, they didn't spend a lot of money on R&D to push out something that they can't necessarily reuse if it wasn't a success the first time. Because imagine if they did do the die cast and it was a great hit, they would obviously go back to the well and try to do another repainted version of the droid. But if this is a flop, well, then you're stuck with a potential reissue that people won't buy a second time. So it's a catch-22 on that one there. So I like it for what it is. I appreciate that it's not overly expensive, and it's just right for most collectors. So for me, it's going to be a buy. Just one, like Steve says, though. I don't think two is going to be necessary for this bad boy.
All right. Brick, are you stable?
I'm stable, I think. Am I looking okay?
You're looking good. You're looking good.
Okay.
I know you're focused on Marvel, so I'm guessing this isn't something that really interests you, but I know you are a fan more of like the prequels. So I guess give me your thoughts on the Super Battle Droid, and if there's a chance you'd get this, or what your thoughts are.
Yeah, I mean, I was focusing on Marvel. I'm kind of back to Marvel a little bit too. I kind of dabbed into some Star Wars and got me a RoboCop, but this does not interest me at the slightest, honestly. But I do think it's a cool looking figure. I do think it would be better diecast, but I agree with DLO. This thing would cost probably like $480 if it was diecast, something like that. But it is cool. I don't know. Like I love the prequels. You guys know I'm more of a prequels guy than an OG guy, but there's just way too much Star Wars that I need to get before I even consider getting this.
Right. That's a great point. Like this is, and even DLO said that too. It's just, DLO said it's far down the line for just what's coming in right now. But even for Star Wars, if I'm collecting Star Wars, which I am, there's so much more I'd rather get than this. And I know you've kind of just broke it into that. Like you have a handful of Star Wars, but yeah, there's so many other figures that are more iconic that I would want. So
yeah, like I still need an Obi-Wan. I've got that Anakin and Padme coming in. I need, there's so much.
Shocker.
And there's also stormtroopers that I need and stuff like that. So a lot. I mean,
here's a question for you, Brick.
Okay.
Because it's about the same price range. Would you rather have this or a Lando Calrissian?
I would 100% rather have a Lando.
There you go.
Sneaker, 100. How about you?
I'm not answering this question.
You got to answer.
It's ridiculous. Just answer the question.
DLO, you answer.
Well, I mean,
it would make sense if you'd rather have this because you don't want to get the Lando for retail.
Hold on. Don't say I don't want to get Lando.
I full
retail. I don't want to get him.
Less than retail.
We'll see if I pick this one up or I pick up Lando first.
He's going to pick this up first. I already know it.
That's the ultimate 2024 test.
So I guess if he would have said he'd rather have Lando, I
gotta keep you guys, guessing for at least one thing. I can't tell in this instance. We'll find out. I'll reveal it. How about this? I will reveal whatever one I get on the show. Okay, there we go.
Okay,
Lando or Super Battle Droid. We'll make a thing of it.
If you pick Lando, you have to do a review.
I got to do a review of Lando?
Yes. On a 3-year-old figure, got to do a review.
Do it.
Lando, I'll do a YouTube short review.
YouTube short.
That's what I'll get.
This is okay.
Collective Obsession, don't even bother. 25% off is not enough for Steve.
Oh, that ain't low enough.
That's not low enough.
All right, I'm starting a poll. Which would you guys rather have out there? Empire Strikes Back Lando or the Super Battle Droid that you see in front? I want to know from you guys out there which figure is better to have right now.
I like how they're both Star Wars.
Super Battle Droid totally troll here.
They are totally different, and I think
it's funny.
If you're more of a prequel guy, I get it, but like, I don't know. It's interesting because I know Lando's also not like I don't know. Would you call him a staple character? Or main character?
Absolutely.
Okay. He is. He's just not he's not all that of like a really important character to me personally. Like, yes, everybody knows who Lando is. He's just not like, he doesn't have that high level of appeal for me. So there's other figures that I would rather have before him. Also, like, I can
is this
see
one
people,
of them?
I can see people being more drawn to this because there's a lot of people who collect it. There's a strong prequel presence in 1/6 collecting. And there's going to be people that would probably, I feel like, would want this more. There are people who just love the clones, man. Love the Clone Wars, Attack of the Clones figures. Like, people are all over this stuff. There's gonna be a lot of people
I'm saying
that would want this.
If it wasn't for Lando, the Empire would have won. If you really think about it, if he didn't have a change of conscience, okay, rescue Chewie and Leia, okay, there would be no Return of the Jedi. How about that? This would be a 2-movie. It wouldn't even be a trilogy
so far. I'm surprised by these numbers, but we must have a lot of kids in the chat. But let me just.
The thing is too. Lando's been out for a while, so it's kind of old.
Right. So yeah, people might be like hyped for this, but me personally, big OT fan, so easily would rather have Lando. But I get it, and that's why I'm asking the question. If people would rather have this kind of simplistic droid that isn't really a main character at all over Lando, I'm just curious to see, what you guys out there think. And I am curious to see what Sneaker said, because he's been holding off on Lando for so long because he is looking for that deal. But if you're going to buy this one right away, then I would almost think you want this one more.
Yeah, I'm not going to buy this one right away.
So let me ask you this here. Let me rephrase the question. So let's say they were both at the same limited amount of made. Like, to say, obviously, because everybody knows Lando's overproduced. If we're talking number of production for number of production, who would you pick, Lando or the Super Battle Droid?
I don't really feel like either one is
That's
like
insane.
I just don't feel like either. I just
there
don't
should be
feel
an
like
answer after that last part.
I don't really feel like these two are like, if it was a different comparison for maybe a couple different figures, I don't really like feel like that for me personally is something that I need to like. It's not even like, oh, this is a really crazy choice. I don't know. Like, this is a cool figure. This is not like a top tier figure for me, and neither is Lando. That's just how I feel about the figure. Sure. I like Lando as a character. This is a cool figure. Like, they're both kind of just not high on my priority list of Star Wars. I I know people love Lando. Yeah, like I'm going to get a Lando at some point. Everybody, 2024 is the year I'm going to get Lando.
I don't even know what we'll joke about when he does get a Lando anymore.
I gotta keep.
Seriously, there's nothing to talk about at that point. I just leave the chat.
So maybe I should just not get Lando for the rest of the year.
Right.
So
because you get Lando and we're like pissed off.
I feel like part of our friendship is based on your hatred for Lando. Yeah, I think that's
honestly,
part of it. For
it's
me.
actually kind of been fun, not just like avoiding getting Lando. It's just become like a thing now. So I don't know.
I'm pulling my hair over here. He's just like, nah, maybe next month.
It's fun to just keep it going, Like, nah, I don't need it. No.
Same. It's like an insult to Star Wars.
But we'll see. It's fun, man. It's just it's
for you,
it's fun. It is. It has been fun for me.
We're gonna have an ulcer over here. So
it's fun for me with all the Lando discussion. Yeah.
Let me check in with the chat really quick here. So Luke says these are cool, but definitely need to prioritize Padme, Anakin, and Mace ahead of those. I would agree on all three of those fronts. Joe says third-party pre-orders jump out at you. I got Mr. J invoice this week. Oh, I missed out on that one. Congrats to you. Hopefully there's another batch that I can kind of sign up for that one. Also says 0 out of 10 for neck articulation. Yes, definitely.
I just got that. I was like, huh?
Brandon Brown says, which Alfred? I'm getting the Mars toys. D'Lo and I are both getting the Mars toys,
yes.
Alfred, to pair in our 89 scenes. So we're excited for that.
That's cool.
Yeah, they did it with Mace Windu and Dooku 2.0 with rolling eyes. We got Jimmy in the house. What's going on, my friend? He says, these are just blogger photos. No need to overthink it. If you want Dooku, go get him in the aftermarket. It's simple. Yeah, but he is a little expensive. So I think there would be some collectors out there that would love a reissue or a 2.0 so that they could get a retail price. But I get what you're saying. The blogger kind of chooses what they want to put in the photos. It's not like this is coming straight from Hot Toys itself. So it looks top heavy. Hope the legs have some die cast like K2SO. Answer the question, Steve. Yeah, Lando's 25% off on Sideshow right now. So I will say, and D'Lo can back me up on this, he's an underrated figure. He looks great. Well done. Comes with a couple blasters. The cape is a little problematic, but I actually glued my collar to itself so that it didn't wing out, and it looks a lot better. But yeah, he's a great figure.
And Orlando, day one pre-order.
You still won't do it.
We aren't getting any.
Hey, you know what Lando I would buy before Empire Strikes Back Lando though is a skiff guard. Skiff guard Lando I would buy.
Let's get the Sideshow one.
Oh yeah, doesn't even look like him.
Different, yeah. Just put his helmet on, no big deal.
Yeah, it's true.
Skiff guard Lando would be sick, man. That's one I would get.
We have Reverse Zeo in the house. What's going on, my friend? Thank you for being here. We also have John Reese. Lando ain't worth much. SBD, the Super Battle Droid, will probably be a much lower production run. Interesting. Sure. We got TX Boy in the house too. Droids all day.
There you go.
Fellow collectors. Oh boy, we also have 6-scale Mafia. Watch out for this guy. He says not in this house. I think he's in Lando's corner. So
yeah, there you go.
Watch out.
Mafia spoken. Buy it now.
Yeah, Steve should run for Congress.
Seriously. Sure. 1-6 Congress. Thank you, Queso. Single.
Yeah, he also blew up the Death Star.
Dude. Facts. Yeah, I don't know.
We got Ricardo in the house, staying up late with the Wolfpack. Thank you for being here, my friend.
Wait, hold on a second. Because he blew up the Death Star, why should I buy the figure for that?
He's a pivotal character.
But because of what somebody did, I should buy a figure.
Yes.
No, I'm just kidding.
Exactly.
I'm just kidding, Christian. I'm just kidding.
Steve is what we call an instigator.
Continue. I'm in my internet. My internet going out turned me into a heel for the week.
For real.
Yeah.
This is Steve's origin story. His internet going down now. We're in his
yeah. I've been angry and triggered very easily all week. So
there you go.
Any other thoughts on this? Let's damn. I'm gonna end this poll. So hopefully you guys all voted. It's close, but I think it was 54% would pick the Super Battle Droid. 45%. You disappoint me a little bit.
Yeah.
I 73 in the house. Only 35 voted. Come on, guys, vote.
I think that's fair, man. I think that's fair. I think. Oh, go ahead, DLO.
I'm sorry. I messed up that poll for everybody because I voted Super Battle Droid because I thought it wouldn't be that close. Can I change my vote back to Lando? Because
I think like if you look at a lot of people like that collect, there's some people who like just straight up collect prequels and straight up collect OT. I think that's why you're gonna like if you compare these two characters, like an even split is fair to me when you look at it, because there's a lot of people where Lando just doesn't appeal to them, and there's a lot of people where this doesn't appeal to them. It's just two different. That's why I see this being relatively. I'm not surprised it's almost equal in the chat because of that fact. There's a lot of people who are gonna love this, and there's a lot of people who are gonna be like, nope, because they don't collect, and like this isn't a top tier.
They don't collect
this
what?
Or they don't collect either prequel or OT. Also, this isn't like I said, like this isn't a top tier figure within prequel figures, and to me, Lando's not a top tier figure for original trilogy. So that's why I kind of like within their respective realms, I don't really like. To me, I'm not surprised it's equal.
I'll take the figure and character debate and put it on the side for a second, and let's focus on the figure side. You know why Lando wins for me over the Super Battle Droid? It's because Lando doesn't need 14 AAA batteries for that one red light on the chest. How about that?
Yeah, I would never put batteries in this.
Did you see that sideshow unseal and reveal with this bad boy? There's like 90 AAA batteries in the back for that one dot in his chest. I was like,
thank you.
Jeez.
What is that, man?
That's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, that sucks.
Stop it already.
Yeah, to put batteries in the back like that is wild.
Man. All right, so DLO and Sneaker are getting this. Jedi and Brick are not getting this. So we're split too. So that's kind of where we're at. But yes, this is pretty much the only news that Hot Toys has given us recently. But again, doesn't mean we don't have an action-packed show tonight. We're going to play a fun game that's actually super interactive with you guys in the chat. I'm going to ask you guys. So we're gonna play in a little bit. I want to see this RoboCop first, but we're gonna play Guess the Collector. Out of us four, I'm gonna give you guys a characteristic, and you guys are gonna vote and say which one of us that is, and then we'll see if we think you're right or who we think that is. But I want to switch over to DLO right now because he just got a to S tier figure in the mail, and I think we need to put to bed tonight.
An S tier.
S tier. Perfect.
No, that's not what it stands for. That's so true.
So DLO, I'm gonna hand it over to you. Why don't you tell the great folks watching what you picked up today?
I won't tell you. I'll just show you. Hold on one second. I'm going to my basement. Give me 1 second.
You gotta do like
bam,
boom.
Let's go, baby.
Let's go.
You guys want to unbox this tonight, or are we all over RoboCop and into Batman and stuff?
Yeah, I think we can take a few minutes to unbox it and get just your initial thoughts on it.
Okay, let's do it. Hold on.
All right, let's do it.
Keep scaring at me the whole time here. Let's just get it out of the box, warm her up a little bit.
So while he's doing that, Brick, you are. So I have the original. I have the RoboCop original, and it is an S tier figure that I love. I love the movies. You have this RoboCop 3. I want we've been going back and forth. You and I think this is an S tier figure, where Sneaker and DLO think this is more of an A tier figure, partly because it's branded RoboCop 3, partly because he doesn't come with maybe some accessories that the other one came with, like the chair. I want you to try to sell, while he's opening this up, I want you to try to sell this RoboCop as an S tier and hype up DLO as he's opening this up.
All right. I don't judge a figure off of the box, for one. So if it's branded something, I don't give a shit. All right. It's a very, very good figure because
very, very good is not S tier. I'm sorry. I'm just going to stop you right there.
It's a very perfect figure, Sneaker, in my opinion. I mean, it's got the color. The color's right. It still has the original actors' heads or face plates. I mean, the ratchet, like the diecast to me is like some of the best diecast I've seen in Hot Toys. I mean, compared to like Iron Man, it's up there with Iron Man, right? Like the Mark the new Iron Man, like the Mark IIIs and the Mark what else, like the like I've held your, I know this is in the brand new Graham, but like your Mark 85, like this diecast is really special. It's heavy, looks great. I mean, I love the jetpack. As dumb as that scene was, it's really cool that we have a jetpack now. So we have multiple figures from RoboCop. So we have the RoboCop with the chair, we have the 2-pack, we have the jetpack. I don't think this figure should go down to an A or B just because it doesn't have a certain accessory that you want. So I think this figure is still an S tier. I think the jetpack, when you put him on there, looks badass. It's so easy to put on. It's just magnetic. Boom. So it's a great figure.
Even the paint application on the figure itself. RoboCop 1 is considered to be too silver. This one, they put more of that bluish tint.
That's what I'm saying. The color.
It's so amazing.
And that's what everybody wanted. And all of a sudden, this is an A tier and the other ones are S.
Come on.
If this was the only RoboCop we had, like I said during our rankings, if this was the first RoboCop, this would have been talked about more than the Batman. This would, or at least as much. Everybody would have gone after this figure.
There's only one knock on this figure.
What
knock? It doesn't have a pistol holding hand, a sculpted pistol holding hand. They still didn't get that right from the first.
Yeah, but you can you can.
How do you miss that?
And then
for
like
RoboCop?
You can do this like 20 times. Look at that. How is that not an S, bro?
That looks sick. Get the
How does that not just bring your childhood to life?
I love the paint color. It's popping more purple on camera.
It really is.
It's the right amount in person.
Yeah,
it's very, very
really
nice
purple
here.
on camera.
I'm gonna go get mine. Oh, but if I do, I'm gonna screw up the pose because the gun is in his articulated hand.
All right, so quick first thoughts on this here. So it took me a little while to put it on screen because when I popped off the helmet real quick, just to see how I can change out the faceplates, the visor popped out instantly on me there. So a little scary. I thought I broke it live right now, but it looks like it's fine. Really, really liking it. I'm not gonna lie. I will say just a little annoying here, guys. Like the width in these joints here. Like take a look. If I push this, there you go.
Yeah, that is actually a knock. Well, but
it's a little eyesore.
You want to be able to pull them out so that you can
so you don't scratch
articulate.
Up
but
paint and stuff.
One knock.
You have an Iron Man, you know how to do this.
Yeah, one knock on this figure though is they don't compress in as tightly as the original did. So that is a little bit of a knock. But here's my OG, and you can just see the difference in color. And it's definitely just more of a silver.
Still looks good though.
Oh, it looks great. Yes. Oh. Amazing.
All right, Steve, now pull out yours.
Pull it out. Come on, Steve. Let's see yours.
I'm just messing.
All right. So he's gonna buy that son of a bitch tomorrow now. Watch, guarantee it. I've been giving crap all day.
RoboCop, too expensive.
Okay, so on the joints and the elbows, I do not like these rubber gaskets because this will eventually, over time, if you keep it bent for far too long, it will stretch and pull.
Crack.
And eventually, if it does, it'll take a while to bring it back into. I mean, hey, that's
but if it makes you feel better, I have the OG, and it still hasn't.
Well, there you go. Okay, that is positive. No, how long have you had yours for now?
Gosh, I don't remember. But the figure itself is old. I mean, I bought it used, so. God,
he will, Zio. He will.
That guy.
I will not buy this figure.
Why not? Aren't you said you're a RoboCop fan though, right?
Yeah, I
just don't want to collect it. It just doesn't fit anywhere.
Doesn't fit anywhere, and I just don't. I just not something that I need as a figure.
Prick.
I just don't need it as a figure.
Toe articulation. This is awesome. I like that. Yeah, that's cool.
Be careful of the
pistons in the back here.
Bring on, the piston. That's it on the back.
Yeah.
They have a little bit of give, but they are a little bit fragile.
Okay, I'll mess around with that a little bit.
While he's looking at that, I'm just going to check in with you guys in the chat. We have 81 in the house. Hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my friends' channels.
We went up 10 just for showing RoboCop. It's an S tier.
Oh, X-Man, come on. I'm giving RoboCop's future because Kate Bishop would rock his shit. Justice for Joker. Justice.
Joker. Let's go.
Okay, I'm not ending this poll though until over 50% gets to S tier.
Stuff on this guy.
So,
wait, can you explain this? Can you explain this hand thing again? So, like, he has an articulating hand that can hold it.
It can hold it,
like your Iron Man, right? With all the fingers,
it falls out.
Yeah, sure.
Like it'll sink, it'll sag or sink or.
So, like, it seems like it's hard to get the pose right with the articulated hand. You're saying?
Well, it's just hard to grip the gun really tight.
One of these little bad boys here, like that.
Yeah, I got you.
So yeah, he comes with fisted hands, and one has that like what do you call the point?
This knife thing.
Yeah, and then just the articulated. So that's it.
Computer.
But you know what? I'm not gonna put the pistol in like everybody else is. One I'm most excited about right here is this bad boy here.
I just had mine posed with that for a while. Hold on.
I'm gonna use this one over here. I love this.
Show it again. Yeah. So these got like the. Whoosh.
It's more like my robo middle finger to you guys.
So I get what John is saying here. The fact that it's from a bad movie should automatically prevent it from being S tier. But the fact that they used Peter Weller's faceplate still from the first RoboCop means that this can easily be RoboCop 1 or 2.
and the base still says RoboCop. It doesn't say RoboCop 3.
But you see, that's why it's so hard to give it an S here, because for me it's almost like, okay, I'm gonna use a baseball reference for example, right? So you got the home run record. Right, everybody has their opinions on the home run record. The record was breaking during a time where people were using performance enhancing drugs to crack that record. There, Robert, what's his name? What was the guy from the Yankees from back in the early days who beat Babe Ruth's record?
Derek Jeter.
No, what really?
Darryl Strawberry.
Are you serious with me right now? No, it was a race in the '60s. It was Mickey Mantle against Roger Maris, I think. I answered my own question. Anyways. So there was an asterisk to that record here because Babe Ruth broke that record in less games than what the record was. So there's an asterisk. So for me, same thing applies to this here. So it is RoboCop. Yes. It is Peter Weller. True. But it is RoboCop 3, which was not with Peter Weller, which was not from a better movie than part 1. So I kind of agree with John to this. And there's kind of like an asterisk to where it cannot get to S tier level because it is not accurate. So I agree with John. I love the figure. If it was part 1 or part 2, I think this would be an S. It is really good. I will not take it away from you. It is really, really good. But
taking it away because the box says 3.
No, I'm taking it away because it is part 3. Everything about it is part 3 except Peter Weller's faceplate.
No, it's not. It's not.
It is.
No, it has the faceplate. You got the base that still only says RoboCop, meaning RoboCop 1.
It's almost like you're lying to yourself now.
If people can say that I think the KX Enforcer droid can be a K2SO substitute, this should blow that out of the water and easily be a RoboCop 1 or 2 substitute. So people love the Golden Armor Wonder Woman. The movie sucked, but the figure itself is still amazing.
Well, we're not talking about Wonder Woman, are we? We're not talking. We're bestowing the prestigious Wolfpack S tier. We can't just break our rules, okay?
Would you have bought this figure though if it was like RoboCop 3 had the actor from the 3rd movie? You know what? Because I wouldn't.
That's a great question. I'd say no. I probably wouldn't. I probably
the
wouldn't.
original.
So if it's just the box, I don't care. I don't have a RoboCop, so this is what I wanted. I wanted a chance to buy it. I have the box in my closet. I could give a crap. This to me, this is RoboCop 1. It just is. Now, if I put the jetpack on him, it's RoboCop 3. It's like 1 mixed with 3.
Well, let me ask a question. I want to know who is displaying this thing with that jetpack on.
In fairness, I've seen a couple people do it. I mean, it's a great accessory.
Like, if you're displaying it, if you're in the chat and you're displaying this with a jetpack on, are you doing that like because it looks cool? Because all I've heard people say is that the jetpack is from a movie that nobody really likes, and you're having that on your display. Like, does that for you guys? Because
the jetpack still is pretty badass looking. Even though
like, would you think you would display it like that? Because you said like this is RoboCop 1. Like this is RoboCop 1. Would you display it with the jetpack on?
I think every now and then, but 99% of the time, I'm gonna have it without the jetpack.
I gotta watch RoboCop 3 again.
There you go, man. Listen,
and I saw the movie. I saw the movie with my dad. My dad was a military police, so
rock on,
he was like a
dude.
cop,
Respect.
you know. So I saw this with him, the third movie with him in theater. So even with the jetpack, it still has that kind of.
But you know what? That for you, that's awesome because that's a memory you can connect to that figure. So regardless if it's accurate or not, for you, I think that's awesome that you bought that. Right? For me, you know, my dad made me watch part 1 way too early. Might I add? That
Me too.
Yeah, I saw.
Way
I
too early.
I was like 5 years old.
Way too early.
Yeah.
And I grew
That
up
blew my little kid mind when I watched
dads
that. There,
do that? Is that like an initiation, like a father-son initiation?
with
back
my
in the
dad,
day? 'Cause that
100%
happened to
is.
like all of us.
100%.
I try to
my
do it
dad.
with my girls. It's just what I'm into. So I'm like, you should be into this too. It doesn't matter your
Yeah,
age, you know.
Like 5 years old, watching him just get blasted to shit on the
Yeah.
screen. I'm like, this is terrifying. Yeah, why am I watching this right now?
DLO, I will
my
trade
gosh.
you my RoboCop for yours, and you give me $100.
Why the hell would I do that?
because you want RoboCop
worst trade ever.
brand.
You
It's
want
the worst
RoboCop
trade ever.
one.
Isn't it? Don't you think if it really was that big of a deal, I would just buy one secondhand on the market?
But when you look at it on your display, you're gonna be like, RoboCop 3.
I'm not going to say to myself, man, this is a good figure. Too bad it's only 8s here. Like, this is just for us.
Right.
Okay, let's be clear. I mean, I hold our Wolfpack ranking dear and near to my heart. Don't get me wrong, but am I going to just look at it and just kind of like push my head aside and it's like fake and to walk away? No, I'm going to still enjoy my figure, but you know, do I wish it had the RoboCop 1 accessories? Oh yeah, I would. I want the chair. The chair is an awesome accessory, and I've said that since day one.
He looks less powerful in the chair.
Who looks powerful in the chair? I mean,
Less powerful.
I'm saying I look like I'm in good shape when I stand up. When I sit down, I got a gut. I mean, you know what I mean? So no one's flattering in a chair, let alone RoboCop. Who cares about
Grandma Tarkin looks dope in a chair, bro.
I will say though, the battle damage parts on the original look really good.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
So I guess like, are you guys saying like the consensus is? It seems like everybody wants this to represent their RoboCop 1, essentially.
I mean, there's a ton of collectors that have come in. I mean, again, this is an old figure, so unless you're going backwards and spending a little bit more than even what you're spending for this die-cast figure, I think there's just a lot of people that this is their RoboCop. This is the only one that they could readily available that they could get. So. And I think because of the face plates, I think it just fits in so well. And I actually like the color scheme better because it fits, at least RoboCop 2, it fits better. But
so let's talk about this for a second. This in my hand, guys, is a die-cast RoboCop weapon. Why do I have such a heavy firearm
just for
and I can't even have
his leg? You can put it in his leg. So if he's going for it, you have it there.
Well, why would I need two? I can just put the plastic one in here. This is like,
I don't know.
Because it's cool, man.
Or double wheeling.
Double.
DLO, what would make this like? What would push this S tier for you? What would you have wanted to see?
That's a good question.
Oh, great question. No, fair enough. Fair question.
Yeah, what would change your opinion on that? I'm just curious.
Gotcha. All right. So
take the 3 off of there.
The box.
Graham, can you give me full screen, please?
Yes.
Thank you. All right. So Steve, you watching? You looking?
I gotta pour another drink.
Can you see okay, Steve?
I can see that 3. Are you gonna do a
magic
trick?
Hold on. Whoa.
He's going for that.
Whoa. Right there. Sorry, it's very hard upside down in reverse here.
Yeah, very hard.
You see that right there? If it was just like, see that?
I'm ending the poll.
Wolfpack channel members, do you see this? Yeah, if it said that, S tier.
Guess what?
The box.
50-50. A 50-50 split. We had 34 votes.
Isn't it?
50% said S tier, 50% said A tier. We're not going to be able to solve this tonight, but we will keep going. We won't let this rest. Justice for RoboCop.
Sorry, Masters.
To be fair, the third movie is terrible, but kind of want to go watch it again.
Oh God, I watched it again, by the way, just because I knew Rob was going to give me crap about this whole RoboCop 3 thing. So I made an admission. It's on Amazon Prime right now if you guys want to, or HBO Max.
Sweet.
I think it was.
I will go watch it. Yeah, I'm not buying it.
Yeah, so I put it on.
I bought the 3 movies there for sale for like.
Oh my gosh! I remember it being bad as a kid, but as a grown-up of many years, a tax-paying citizen in this great country, is this really a bad movie?
Doesn't he?
So bad.
When he flies at the end too, doesn't he like spin? When he's like.
But this is like early like CGI. Like it's just like all of it. It's just like so. Wow. But I'm happy.
Well, either way, congrats on getting a great figure. Whether you call it S tier, A tier, it is a RoboCop figure, and it's one that I wanted because I love the color scheme. But when it went waitlist and I couldn't find it anywhere, I just kind of settled on having the one I have. I don't need 2, but it would have been cool. Thing. So yeah. Fun stuff. Okay, guys, we still have 72 in the chat. We're gonna move on. I want to move on to our Guess the Collector game.
Rick, your face right now.
Rick is pissed.
Oh, I'm good.
Rick, we got 50,
half the time
50,
tonight.
50.
I'm holding in coughs, so this really kind of sucks. I'm like,
all right.
Oh, it's good stuff.
All right, so 75 in the chat here, guys. I need you to participate in this if possible. If you're watching on a TV, obviously that's a little bit difficult. But if you're on your phone or a computer, make sure you vote on this because I think it was it Brick that had this idea, or we had this idea today about just Guess the Collector. We let you guys vote on who you think this is out of us 4, and just curious to see kind of like you guys don't obviously know us on a personal level, but just to kind of see what your thoughts are on us. So we're going to start a poll, and I want you guys to either guess or who you think this is, but which one of us has the most FOMO, the fear of missing out? Like, which one of us do you think like will pre-order figure because we're fearful of missing out, or we'll buy it because we don't want it to go waitlist?
Keep it like that.
There you go.
So I'm just getting this ready right now here. I guess I'll put our channel names here a little bit here.
Great looking figure though.
It feels good too, right? Like it's just
feels real good in the hand.
Yeah.
All right, so I got this pull out. So which one of us 4 has the most FOMO, do you think? Has the most fear, the fear of missing out on a figure? While they're doing that, let's talk about it. Which one of us do you guys think has the most FOMO? I know it's not DLO. We can cross him off because he doesn't pre-order. He refuses to pre-order.
And I also collect without fear. Please, that's
collect without fear. So automatically he's out. So there's 3 of us left. DLO, I want your input. Which one of us do you think has the most FOMO?
That's a tough one here because to the uninitiated, your first answer would probably be Graham, right? Because he's always doing wacky stuff with his collection stuff there. But at the same time, EvilSneaker is very impressionable. He is very impressionable. Oh yeah. When I met this guy, he had a ponytail and he was a Star Wars fan. Now he grew out his beard. He's got a manly haircut, and he's collecting Marvel. He's collecting DC now, guys. And I would say
you get a RoboCop.
He's gonna get a RoboCop. Guys, please flip this. Save this for.
I don't know. He's also stubborn.
Hold on,
true. Very true. Very true.
RoboCop ain't coming home.
RoboCop or Lando?
Which one would you rather have?
This is gonna break.
I would get Lando before Robo. I'll get Lando before RoboCop.
Interesting.
Wow,
that's interesting.
I didn't see that
Lando's
one.
More important to me than RoboCop. That's what it comes down to. That's what I've been trying to say.
And that's just crazy because you hate Lando. So
yeah.
So that shows you how much RoboCop doesn't matter to me.
He's gonna get RoboCop.
No, I'm just kidding. I think RoboCop's awesome figure. Like I said earlier, it's just not something that I feel like I need to collect. That's all. Just one of those.
Movie Cannon, are you okay over there? You just got hit with an earthquake.
Damn.
Hopefully, it wasn't anything serious.
Damn, dude.
Miami's Nemesis says DLO. Then he's like, "Oh, Jedi then."
Yeah.
This guy got an earthquake.
It's a toss up between Jedi or Brick. Depends on what the figure is.
Brick? What?
I think it's Brick. I think it's Brick.
I think.
So hold on. I'm going to give you one example. I'm going to give the example.
Okay,
give
the example. Let's hear it.
Because we're talking about RoboCop.
Right.
Brick knows. He knows. Brick knows what I'm about to say. Because Brick was gonna remember he was gonna pass on RoboCop, and then it was selling out, and then I sent him that link, Underground Figures, and Brick couldn't resist. He couldn't resist. Got the RoboCop, and it came home. And now he's very happy. He's got his S tier.
I think it's between
didn't want to miss
myself. Out. I think it's between myself and Jedi.
Probably.
I think depending now, if it's like an Obi-Wan or like a Vader, then I would go Sneaker. But a lot of these figures that have been coming out lately, I feel like I too, like, I mean, I get on those artisan. I try to jump in those lines. I'm afraid to miss out with those. I think all of us are for those though. I like these Spider-Man, and then like the Buzz Lightyear even. I was afraid to miss out on that. So I was really like about to buy that figure just because I didn't want to miss out on it. And then I see Jedi over here. And he's like, this guy's like, oh, I got to pre-order with Sideshow. I need to get it from somewhere else. Okay, let's bring it home. Come on. So he needs it like now, you know.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want to like miss out.
So what do you say? You say Jedi?
I say Jedi.
Steve, what do you say?
I say Brick.
Ooh, I'm gonna go with Jedi. I'm gonna go with Jedi too. It's tough. That man has zero patience. When he wants something, he gets it.
I do have a fear of missing out. So I will pre-order it on Sideshow, but that doesn't mean I'm getting it on Sideshow. It's just kind of locking it up, and then I might get it somewhere else and cancel that. So I could definitely see myself as being the one that has the most FOMO, because like, again, if I don't want to risk it, I'm going to pre-order it, but I don't like to pre-order. So
I don't know. See, like, I feel like you're more. I also feel like you have some discipline when it comes to like the example that I think about is Warner Brothers 100 Wonder Woman, where like you gave me your pre-order for that, right? Where you were just like, you put like a hard stop, like I can't get this figure right now, not gonna do it. But like a figure that you care about. So I feel like you also are like, when you know
realistic
you can't
about it,
you're realistic about it. Yeah. Like, so I feel like it's usually cases when it's something that you really, really want to get. You know what I mean? I feel like FOMO for like, when I think of FOMO, I think too of like, it's not just figures you know you're going to get anyways. I feel like it's like you see something that catches your eye and you're like, oh, I kind of want this. And then you see it start to sell out and then you go and buy it. Right. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I think about. It's not like, because we're going to get all the figures that we really want. We're going to end up getting, right? Like the ones that you like really, really want, S tiers, you're going to get
S tiers.
You know, you're going to get those. So like, that's not really, I'm not worried about missing out on something that I know I'm going to get, but it's those ones that you're on the fence about. I feel like where the FOMO sets in when you're like, I don't know if I want it right now, but then it's starting to sell out everywhere. And you're like, do I pre-order? Cause you don't want to miss out. That's kind of how I think about it.
I will say when Sideshow says low in stock, I get the fear in me. Like almost no matter.
That's what I mean, man.
Is. Like, like when these Ahsoka figures go low in stock, I'm gonna be very.
See, that's FOMO to me. That's how I think about it.
And same with like Batman 2.0, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna grab that.
Yep.
So
Brick, are you making the case that it's you? Are you trying to like confess to your crime that you are the one?
Second. I think I'm second. I'm not far behind Jedi, but I do. I
don't know. You made a compelling argument. I might change my answer.
Because that's what I'm saying is like, because like that's what I mean is like there's some figures like Ahsoka figures where it's like doesn't really interest me right now, but then once they hit that point of like low stock, they're starting to go. Then it's like, ooh, do I bite the bullet and get this now?
I love this piece. This is cool. Sorry,
it's RoboCop 3 though.
No, you're good.
I will say though, I think the difference between me and Jedi is what gets me is when it's low in stock. I feel like Jedi pre-orders faster, like quicker than I do. And that's not a diss or anything like that. I mean, he wants a figure, he's gonna pre-order it. Okay, that's fine. But I think I wait a little while, and then that fear hits me when it's low in stock. But Graham has a lot more, experience and all that stuff. And what he wants, he just pre-orders. I get that. But I feel like he just goes ahead and does it. And then, if there's like delays or something, we think twice. But yeah, that's why I think Jedi's ahead of me just by a hair. I think DLO's turning this into an S.
I will say, I think I only have 8 pre-orders.
I've ever seen.
And I'm going to end this poll. And let's see what you guys say. 45% say Jedi, 31% say Brick. Some people still voted DLO.
Really?
14% said Sneaker. 8% said DLO with 35 votes. Very interesting. So, really quickly, too, I want to welcome How You Figure to the watch, to the Wolfpack, for becoming a member. Thank you so much for taking the plunge, supporting me and the channel. Obviously, when you guys take that extra step, which you don't have to do, but when you do, it's going to allow me to upgrade computers faster, or cameras faster, or lighting, or get figures into review, just to kind of keep growing the channel. So either way, we're going to keep going, but I do really appreciate you guys being channel members. You have now unlocked emojis, channel member shout outs. We're going to do member giveaways as well. And there's something else. Being my friend. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hey, Graham, can I say something real quick? I just want to give How You Figure a shout out. He just started up a YouTube channel, so go check him out. Like, he's jumping into 1/6. He wants to.
Nice.
Yeah, he's been on coming into my shows, and I know Bricks as well. Like, he's been around, and
yeah, he was.
I've been chatting with him a little bit. Yeah, he's a really cool dude. Go check out his stuff. He's already got like a few videos up. You should definitely go check out his stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, hit me up on Instagram. Shoot me that link so I can come find your page pretty easily and subscribe. So. Awesome. Thank you. MD20 says it's obviously Jedi. He talks himself into getting things all the time live, saying his thoughts out loud, pros and cons, etc. Ha. John says Brick is still a new collector, so he's got more to fill in. Jedi talks himself into purchases all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
Yes. Justice for Jedi. Justice for RoboCop. Justice for Joker.
Justice for RoboCop.
Jedi with his D100 Iron Man. But that, to be fair, with the D100, it was already gone by the time I got it. So I actually got a deal from Hawk Wars Toys on that. So yeah, I mean, I will admit, I do have a fear of missing out on some of these pivotal figures. So some of you guys are throwing that Graham emoji up there. If you know you want it, why fuck around and find out. Now we got Ben Thomas in the show here. Thank you for being here, Ben. Appreciate you. Mike says I have FOMO big time. I admit it, not worth the headache. Also, I'll call it FLOMO, just to annoy my wife. Fear like of missing out. DLO, that accessory and BD chest plate with jet back are underrated to display as for a temp time.
I'll give it a go. But if anybody tell me how I can get this damn arm off so I can put the gun cannon on, that'd be great.
There is no way DLO has this with the jetpack on.
This is BS.
DLO, you are not going to. DLO, you are not
I
going
never look
to.
at the directions.
Who looks at the directions? All right, let me go to the next one here. I'm gonna start another poll. Let's see here. So guess the collector. Let's see. All right. Who is likely to go the longest? That was not meant to have a pause there. Without buying a figure.
Oh, I was way off.
It sucks that I gotta type this in every time though. All right, so Jedi, Sneaker, Brick, or DLO. Start the poll. So this is interesting. This one's tough. I know I struggle with this. 80% DLO already. So this is something that I struggle with. And if I can go a month without buying a figure, I'm like, oh man, you did it, but you gotta get your fix in now. I would say Brick. I know it's not Sneaker. I think Sneaker would be. I would say Sneaker would be actually on the opposite end. He buys a lot of figures.
Sneaker buys the most, 100%.
Oh, totally.
I haven't bought a figure in a while.
Hands down.
Dude, a week is not a while.
I think
Never
it's
mind.
Rob.
I did just get like 3 figures in the mail.
Rob's got a
That's
budget,
very true.
and he'll be like, "Nope, can't do it right now." We'll be like, "Hey, great price on this. Nope, can't do it right now."
Yeah.
So I think he's the most disciplined, where he could go the longest without buying a figure. I think DLO would be in second,
Probably second.
and then you and I are in last together. Sneaker, it's just not.
I'd give the win
not
to
good.
Sneaker on this one. There, sorry, like you're impulsive and stuff like that, but
I'm not impulsive.
I was referring to Jedi. No, I was referring to Jedi being impulsive. You're not impulsive. You were surgical with these things here.
Yeah,
Surgical.
yeah.
It's totally you. Now, in fairness to me, it does seem like I have a lot of figures at times, but I do it in spurts. I can go months without a figure, and then I go ham.
Yes. When you that's what I was saying. Like you can like just prolong it, and then you're just like boom, 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 buying figures. Like just like getting multiple at once.
Well, you know what I always say, like I always say all the time, you like it, love it, or you gotta have it. When I gotta have it, I gotta have it. That's just how it is with me here.
Yeah.
So the Spider-Man line, I love that line. So I went through all of them real quick. So I'm just waiting on Toby now. But yeah, you're not going to see me buy too many figures for a little while till some of the S tier figures come out, but for now, yeah, I'd still say with you, just because you're like, you remind me of me like 3-4 years ago, where I was just like, whatever, I don't care. I do what I want.
I'm aggressive, but I'm selective at the same time. Okay.
I feel like the only thing selective of is Lando, whenever you buy everything else. I genuinely believe that. Like, I don't think that's such an interesting word for you.
I gotta keep it going. I gotta keep it going. I can't buy Lando for a while yet. I gotta just keep it going now.
If you buy Lando, like, what are you? Seriously,
this is what I've become. I cannot buy Lando anytime soon.
It's a part of him now.
I can't do it. I gotta keep it going. But
got to.
Yeah. Only focus on
Not anymore though. See, because he's impressionable.
Yeah.
He's impressionable, and now he's collecting other stuff like us.
Yeah.
This is what has happened. This is what has happened.
I told him true story. I told him to cut off your ponytail once you become a Wolfpack member.
This is what has happened right here. This is all Marvel. This is all Marvel in this uppercase here.
Yeah. He saw my Hulk, and less than a week later, he had one.
Mm-hmm.
That is true.
Rick got Carnage, and then he wanted it Carnage. He was.
Well, hold on. I got Carnage for Christmas, and I waited for Carnage for a long time, a year. I did not impulsively buy Carnage. I could have multiple times, but I did not. I waited.
We helped you procure that Carnage for Christmas.
Yes,
but
I'm grateful. Thank you.
Have you guys?
We also had to talk you out of not getting it for many months as well too. So
I think I'm with Graham on this one. Like, I think Brick is, because I've thrown Brick some like banger deals.
Mandalorian.
Mandos for days to Brick, and Brick's like, can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it.
Strong.
You're strong, dude. You are strong.
Have any of you guys like did not want to figure, like, you for sure weren't going to buy it, and then all of a sudden it comes out
all the time,
and you see it and you're like, oh wow. Moon Knight is one of those for some people, I think.
Love that,
like,
Moon Knight.
You know, like some people didn't want Moon Knight, and then all of a sudden that's
so good.
And yeah, it made me kind of think of you. Like, did you want Moon Knight before it came out, or did you just see how awesome it was once it did come out and it changed your mind?
So he saw mine, and then he
sent
did
the photos. But then I also found a really good. Like, I found a really good deal on Moon Knight. Really good deal. So like, I ended up this is my problem. Okay. When I find deals on stuff that I want to get down the road, it's really hard for me to not get it at that point, because it's usually when I get them, like, it's so low that like it's really hard. Like War Machine, like the Mark IV, I got for under $200. Like,
Can't beat that.
It's really like, and that's a figure like down the road I wanted to get. So I have a running list. I keep a running list. These are my top Marvel, top DC. These are what I want. It's really tough for me when I see these figures at really low prices, that usually, like, these are prices that pop up every, once in a blue moon. They're not happening all the time. So that's when I'll jump on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the toughest part for me, is like, but when it's a really good deal like that, I also think, like, it's probably not the best, but like, I'll get it. I know I will probably at least get my money back out of it if I ever were to not want it, potentially too. But then it's just really hard for me to sell. So it's just a revolving door of good and bad.
I felt that. That's like the most compelling thing I think you've ever said, Steve. Like,
do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
Totally, 100%.
Yeah,
It's
like
it's
that's the cycle that I'm in. But like that's why when I say I'm selective, it's because I'm trying to do it in a way where like I'm not gonna, if I could find a really good deal on something, I know I'm gonna get down the road, I'll just get it then. Because I know I'm gonna save money. And then if I save a lot of money over the course of time, that's gonna allow me to get other stuff. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's just I kind of try to play the long game by also buying figures sooner than I would like to in some instances.
So what sense. Steve is going through right now is what I like to call the gift and curse stage of collecting.
Yep. That's a right great way to say it.
It's you know you shouldn't, but then you do it. Then you feel maybe slightly guilty for doing it too much. And then you think about selling it, but then you think about why would I sell it? This is so good. Yeah, but I also need room and money for other things. So if you guys can relate to sneaker, that is what we call the gift and curse stage of collecting. So yeah, I've been there.
How often do you guys look for deals?
Every day. All day. Yeah.
Multiple times a day.
And I also think it's really important just in general to know the market too. Like I feel like it will help you if like it's hard to resist sometimes, and like like I'm sure there's people who impulse buy a lot, but also like knowing the market ultimately will help you because you are going to save money if you know what to look for and what to buy. And if you check eBay and look at sold listings and you're looking at buy, sell, trade, and you're seeing the prices of things, you can start seeing trends. And then when it drops below a certain value and it's a figure you want, that's a good time. For me personally, that's when I usually jump. That's kind of how I like to do it. So you have to be patient, but then sometimes these deals just like they're hard to resist.
They're right in front of you. Either you think or somebody else will.
Yeah, that's another thing. Is like it's a Facebook post that went up 2 minutes ago. It will be gone if you don't jump on it. So like you have to just be careful. But at the same, like that's why I feel like for me it's good to know the market and know the value so that you know when you see a good deal, if it's a figure you're interested in and you want to get it, that's a good way to save some money.
That's why I picked up Rescue. I mean, like she wasn't high on my priority list, but when it's a $410 figure and you get her for under 200, it's like shit. Like it's a die-cast figure. It still looks good. Not my favorite character. Doesn't have a big part in the movie, but still, she looks great. You know, original Shore Trooper for, I think I got mine for 200 with shipping. I know Sneaker, you got yours cheaper than that even, but like I remember that thing was going for $600.
$600, man. Yeah, crazy.
The Iron Spider, the Spider-Man, you couldn't find that thing. Primetime reviews and I would talk about it. Couldn't find it for under 300. I got mine for under 200. You know, so like just kind of those figures that you pick up. My War Machine, my Mark IV was super cheap as well. So like it almost just gets you to pull the trigger a little bit faster. But yeah. Going to collection obsessions question, is there one figure you talked yourself out of and then later regretted not pre-ordering it? I'm trying to think.
Let's see here.
I guess for me, it would maybe be the Guardians. Not that I regret it so far, because I think I'll find them, but they're already waitlisted on Sideshow. And I know I do want some or most of them. But I can't really think of anything that I've really regretted. You guys got anything?
I have one figure. The one figure I wish I would have picked up is just like the standard Clone Trooper. That was the one that like really spiked. And it's not too bad now. I could probably get it at like a decent price. But that was one that like spiked up above $300 at one point. And it's just the weird, that one is still like an anomaly to me. How like a Clone Trooper, one that everybody wants to army build, seemed like a shorter, you know, just like a smaller batch overall. It went weightless, and then they were just like, I still don't see them like too often, I guess. But yeah, I feel like that's one that I think of that I wish I would have just got a little bit earlier on.
For me, it's more third party than Hot Toys. I feel like if I want a Hot Toy,
you miss out on that if you don't.
Yeah, and if I want a Hot Toy, I'll do it. I'll find a way. But with third party, it's like, dang, like
is it the Willy Wonka or which one?
I still want the Wonka, but like Edward Scissorhands is another one. The Mask.
Yeah, the Mask. That's a good one.
And then the So Toys Goblin, that animated one. Even the Sideshow Scream figure. Yeah, the Ghostface figure. It's like $400 now. It was retail like $200. You know, you can't find it anywhere. I mean, I think I found it once for like $340, but still, like when you know it's retailed at $200 and it's a ghost face, you know they're going to come out with more somewhere.
Right.
But
that's a great point though. Like sometimes it's a sideshow figure, or even like I guess for me, like the Clint Eastwood, The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, even like I didn't pre-order that. The price was a little too high for me, but now it's waitlisted already and you can't find it anywhere. Would like a Clint Eastwood figure in my collection, but the price. So I don't know if I really regret it though, because the price was a little too high. But they still have the Unforgiven Clint Eastwood that's for pre-order. So that's a good one too. So we'll see. But it's hard for me to just think of something that I didn't pre-order that I regretted, because I think we can find a way to get it. But like Brooke said, if it's a third party or something like that, that's a little different. So,
yeah.
One that I missed out on that I thought was going to haunt me for a while, but I finally got it at a reasonable price. The Jawa and Gonk droid.
Ooh.
That one at the time, like I thought the reviews were not that great on the figure, as far as like people were complaining about the base and how cheap certain things were. So I thought I had time with that one, and I was waiting for Sideshow to put a discount on it, and then one day it was just gone, just like that. Yeah. So I was fortunate to find it, luckily, for like maybe $20 on the retail a few years later. But I would have honestly paid the extra $20 to have the figure sooner than wait for a good deal. So that was the closest I got.
Sure. How you figure says, happy to be a member. Y'all's live stream was a big part of me wanting to jump into 1/6 skill community. At first I was just sitting around like Steven Glansberg, and then I found the Night's Watch. Well, thank you so much for finding me, finding us, and just being a part of this community here on this channel, because again, that's what it's about. It's just all hanging out and interacting together and having fun. So too sweet to you, my brother. Thank you for being a channel member. Thank you for being here. SG Collectibles says, how much should I pay for a RoboCop 3? The most to spend on it. What was the retail? Was it 380?
It's like 380. I would say, because the thing is, like, despite all the stuff I'm saying about RoboCop 3 and all that stuff like that, the reason why I wound up getting the RoboCop 3, despite my personal feelings, is because this figure was unique, because you don't see anybody putting up their RoboCops for sale. Typically when the newer model comes out, people tend to like try to sell theirs and try to pay for the new ones. That didn't happen with this one here. It just kind of just was bought, and people kind of moved along with their business. You don't see that the RoboCop pop up. If you do, it pops up for a ridiculous amount of money that no human being should pay, quite honestly, in my opinion. But for now, like, while it's still fresh, I wouldn't wait too long. If you're in the position to buy, I'd say maybe no more than maybe $50 over retail with shipping included.
Well, at that point, you'd probably get the original. You're getting into original territory. $425, $450.
But at that point, you got to kind of put it between, like, do I pay $450 for a used RoboCop, right, or do I just get this one here that's has the superior paint apps and all that stuff? Same figure essentially at the end of the day, right? Like Brick's been saying,
right?
But I would pay the $50 and just get this one because it's new at that point. Because at that point, you're really splitting hairs. But if you're in the market for, I would say get this one sooner or later, because this one seems like one it's not going to be one of those ones where you're going to see people dropping the prices on this bad boy. So get it while you can. That's my advice on this one.
I agree.
Good advice.
So I kind of give.
Let's see. Yeah, third-party figures are gone. Yeah, I mean, I missed out on the Mr. J. Willy Wonka, I was contemplating. A big Willy Wonka fan. Love the original movie, but at the same time, I was like, do I need a figure? Do I need to collect it? And I wasn't 100% sure, but I had to lock it in, because if you do miss out, you're out. And I'm excited to get it. Can't wait to have him in the Oompa Loompa in the display. So yeah, it's just, you got to make that call quick with some of these third-party figures.
Well, and some of these in-art figures too that are on my mind. Like I really want the Harry Potter, the 3 kids, but I just, part of me is like, but that's pretty much $1,500 for 3 figures. It's like, do I really want that? And I know when I miss out, it's gonna haunt me. Like I'm gonna wish I did. But it's one of those things where it's man.
That's that FOMO, bro. That's why you're number one FOMO.
FOMO, you're number one, even though I'm number one. All right, let's go back to the
even though I'm number one.
So who is likely to go the longest without buying a figure? 51% said DLO, 30% said Brick, 12% said Sneaker, and 6% said the Jedi.
Damn.
Well, I will admit, I've been collecting for almost 4 years now, and I've pretty much been averaging at least one to two a month. So I get it. You guys are
numbers, got to pump them up, man.
Yeah. Single songwriter wants to know what Hot Toys figure got away.
Man, how much time do you have?
I haven't let figures get away typically. Like maybe it takes time, but eventually I'll get what I really want. But I don't know if you guys have anything that pops in your head. I'm still kind of thinking about this one.
I do.
Go.
This goes back here to, for me, around the time I started collecting, Civil War Falcon and Civil War Wanda. Those two there. Now, I was totally new to collecting, so when I saw the prices for them, I was like, I will not pay that amount of money for those side characters. Boy, was I wrong, because, I mean, in their peak, in their prime, they were like $1,000 a pop there. So not until recently where figures are selling for less did those numbers drop. Those were like one of the few rare grails left in Marvel that weren't touched. So those stuck because it's like it feels so incomplete having my Avengers line and I don't have a Falcon, and I don't want to do the Captain America Falcon, as great of a figure it is. To me, that's not what I want. I want the Falcon. So those are two that I foolishly neglected, and it bit me in the butt. And I'm just waiting for 2.0 now, like everybody else. Rick is
you boys have anything?
He loves it.
I'm thinking of the Mark III. I wish I pre-ordered that. And then Toby, the deluxe version. I've been thinking about that a lot lately. Like I didn't want something that big, that massive in my collection, but now it's like I have Toby, just Toby. But part of me is like, damn, I kind of wish I got that deluxe. But then you go on eBay or wherever, and they're selling that shit for $734.
It's gonna be hot for a minute.
There's no way. So that, and I think when they do stuff like that, right, where they up those prices, it really messes with your head. Like, oh shit, now this is going to be a grail, and this is going to be impossible to get. So it messes with your head more,
right?
But I don't think it's going to stay up at $700. No one's. I mean,
no,
can't say no one's buying it, but
right.
I don't think.
I think for me, it's the WB 100 Wonder Woman. I had that pre-ordered, and I ran into some budgetary issues. Some life things were happening at the time, and I just couldn't swing it. I couldn't swing. It was one of those figures where you pre-order it, but then 2-3 months later you have to pay it off right away, and I wasn't ready for it. I couldn't do it at the time, so I wound up handing it over to Sneaker, and he's been able to enjoy it, and I still haven't gotten over there to see it yet, but I think that's one that got away from me because I do regret it a little bit, and I do wish that I could have made it happen, but yeah, it's just one of those that it didn't work out, so that would be mine.
I'll go cry now. Goodbye.
No, just love that figure even more.
Love it enough for the both of us.
Then I sold the shipper box.
Yeah, what the hell?
That's right, you did.
$80.
You
And
really
then I
did.
sold it. And then I sold the
for a
shipper
shipper.
box for $80. So just got some money back on the figure. You know what I mean? I don't really have one that got away. The other one the one thing that came to mind. Well, just like so early on in collecting, the one that I was worried about was Tarkin, though. Like Tarkin, I ended up getting Tarkin Vader for a good price, even though the Vader suit was not good, but got it replaced with a leather one. But really happy with that one. That was one I was like tracking for over a year to try to get. Ended up getting it at like a really good price. But what came to mind when I saw this, Graham was like the stormtrooper disguise, Han and Luke, because you had these figures and got rid of them.
I was gonna say Han stormtrooper.
Yeah, Han is
I don't
like the
care
one
about Luke, but
yeah,
Wonder Woman came up more.
man.
But if I had a number 2, it'd be Han stormtrooper.
Yeah. I feel like that's what I thought about.
Never sell that one.
Can't do it.
You gonna have another drink? All right. Well, good job, chat. Rehashing some sad moments in our lives here, but no, it's all good.
I got RoboCop. I'm happy.
There you go.
Good day
I
for
got
me.
Batman and the Bat Cycle. I'm happy. And RoboCop.
See what Mike said? Top 10 figure in his collection.
Woo!
Good for him.
5.
Good for him, man.
All right, let's do one more of these. Guess the collectors.
We'll break over here.
I want you guys on the panel to pick one for the chat.
Okay, what do we got?
All right, so we have most likely to cancel a pre-order. Who I think we know this one already. Who rearranges the collection the most? Probably me.
Oh, so now you're just picking the answers as we go.
Who will buy more figures than they budget for this year? Who sells the most? Who's the cheapest? Who scores the most deals? Who is the most patient?
Okay, can I pick?
Yeah.
Okay, I really like that other question. I want the one where who will buy more figures than they budget for? I like that question.
So who will buy more figures than they budget for in 2024? All right. Anybody want to start us off with this? Like, DLO, you picked it, so who do you think? Who do you think this is?
Me. It's me.
It's DLO. I picked this for myself.
It's me.
I honestly didn't expect it. I thought you were gonna say something. I thought you were gonna pick like one of us, but that's
no. I'm gonna pick one of you guys. I mean, it could be me. It could be. I don't know. The chat will tell us who is, but
Sneaker.
The chat will provide.
Chat knows all. It's like our magic 8-ball that we're asking and shaking it up and then asking.
Right. I got it though. I'm gonna go actually with Brick.
Ooh.
I think Brick will. I think he's got that 1-year itch as a collector still. You know, he's still got the light and joy in his eyes about this whole stuff, and he doesn't have any of that guilt overwhelming him yet, but he needs some of that. So I'm gonna say Brick is gonna be the one that buys more than he bargained for this year. That's my prediction.
Might have to sell some Lego sets.
That's why I'm saying like he's gonna sell some. That's another good point. Did you guys like sell some of your hobby stuff to fund this hobby when you started as well?
Yeah, Funko.
Oh yeah, that's literally how I bought 80% of my figures.
That's right. You were a Black Series guy, right?
Yeah. I sold all of that and just like.
Do you still collect Black Series by chance? I never asked you actually.
I do not. I have one figure. I have one Black Series figure that I got from Star Wars Celebration. It's like an it's a Phantom Menace Obi-Wan Kenobi Celebration card back. That's the only figure that I have, and I got it in person, and it's Obi-Wan, so I'll never get rid of it. But otherwise, I don't have any other ones.
So it sounds like Brick is the only one out of all of us that still has
I sold my Funko Pop collection and my arcades. I was all in with Lego, getting more Lego and Hot Toys,
and you started mainly in Lego, and then you kind of kept Lego, but kind of branched off.
Started with Lego, and then got a few figures.
Do you think you'll sell any of your Legos to fund your Hot Toys?
No, I don't.
None that you still have in the box.
Sorry, what's that?
None. You wouldn't sell any of your Lego that you still have like in the boxes to buy a Hot Toy?
I don't think so. I mean, there's some like holiday stuff, or like gift with purchase. Sets that I would buy or I would sell because I got like 4 of the same ones, but like actual like sets that I go out and buy, and like I got the Titanic that I could sell for like $670. Like I'm not gonna sell that. I want to build that.
Dang.
You know? So
Brick, do you think you're going to buy less Lego to fund Hot Toys this year?
I think so. There's a lot more. Last year, a lot of good Lego stuff came out. This year, there's a couple things that I definitely want, and then. Thing with Lego is it kind of comes out of nowhere sometimes. But for now, there's only like a couple big sets that I want. But there's a lot of Hot Toys that I want. A lot of figures. I mean, we have so much. We have Ahsoka, we have Guardians, we have Batman figures, and you know, the what is it, Attack of the Clones. We have a lot of stuff. So it's scary. I think it's me too. And honestly, because I'm not gonna lie, I don't really have a budget for this shit. I just do it, man. Okay, I'm gonna buy a figure.
I can't go over if I don't have one.
Cool. Like I know I should, but my thing is like I mean, I have so much crap going on with like money, with like moving to a new house and some issues with health and stuff like that. But so like when I have the money, I do it. If I don't have the money, I don't do it. Which is why, you know, when Sneaker says, "Hey, there's this deal," it's like not now. It's not a good time. But I know in a couple weeks, maybe a month, I'm gonna buy like 2 or 3 figures. You know what I mean? So as soon as I can, kind of thing. So I don't really plan out like you should. I mean, you know what I mean? Other than my pre-orders. But yeah, exactly. And I know when I shouldn't either. I'm not going to be like, just put 10 figures on this card, 10 figures on that card.
I'm just going to blow my load here.
But that's why I pre-order, because it helps me to navigate that way.
Right.
And it helps me to spend little by little rather than spending like $400. Oh, yep. Got it. Okay.
Right.
Now, RoboCop, I didn't pre-order and I did it that way, but it kind of helps me stay on a straight path.
No, that's a great point, because you may miss out on deals because you pre-order, but in a way for you, because you're pre-ordering, you're you're almost paying a little bit more so you don't spend more on other.
And it goes back to missing out. It goes back to missing out, because if I can pre-order it, I can afford $50 a month.
Sure.
If I don't pre-order it and then all of a sudden I'm like, dang, I guess I could still get it, but I don't have like $400 to randomly all the time to just say, or 300 even, just to be like, boom, okay, sure, why not? While I still got these other pre-orders, you know. Course, so so that's my thing with especially when you're in Lego and everything else too. So, but this year might be a little different, like we were saying. We'll see.
I love this comment from Hammer of God. Brick will blow his budget load. Single Songwriter says, I think it would be Sneaker, because I'm hearing there are a lot more Star Wars coming this year, more than announced, and a few surprises from Howard.
And add Lando to that, and RoboCop.
Add Lando to that. I think the tough part too is like I have a lot of pre-orders right now, like a lot. And it's weird because this year had so many, like there was a lot of stuff that got pushed. You know what I mean? So, and that's probably, I feel like, inevitable for this year too. I'm trying not to let that influence my pre-order habits, because then it's like you don't want to just bank on stuff being pushed either, but stuff's going to get pushed. Inevitably, there's going to be some of these figures that are going to be pushed into 2025, right? At least I think so. It's dangerous, man. 2024 is a dangerous year. Lots of stuff coming out. Lots of really good stuff.
Guardians, some
artisan figures. All 3 artisan figures are coming out.
The good thing for you, Sneaker, is I feel like your wife, compared to all 4 of us, is the most supportive.
Yeah, mine.
Like just like, oh, what do you want for Christmas? What do you want for your birthday?
We're not be spending any of our money on this.
Yeah, DLO, I don't know much about you, but it's, you know, just with like gifts and.
No, it's cool.
He's 40.
Mrs. DLO is super cool. She busts my chops, but you guys know I bust people's chops too. So she's like me in that sense.
Give it a little bit back there.
But just saying, every time, more or less, almost every time a new brown shipper is at the door, there's a package from like one of those mega companies. You know, I'm not sure if you like anybody else can relate to this, but my wife is like big on this whole makeup thing. She has everything you can get for that. So that's her outlet, right? So when that comes in, I'll give her shit about that, and you know, she sees another one of my, as she calls it, a baby doll. Then you know,
come on, Mrs. DLO.
She knows how to get me.
Honestly, I never thought my wife would let me have like this amount. You know what I mean? Because
I think it's because because you've gone so far, and it's kind of hard to tell you to stop.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? This is like
mine typically won't say much anymore either, but I know how she feels.
Everybody needs an outlet, you know?
Right.
Everybody needs that.
Yeah, but the wife though, for me, super supportive. Like I said, she gives me shit, I give her shit.
And you're getting her a pool, so you know.
Allegedly, apparently this year.
Allegedly. I closed the poll on this, guys. Man, okay. So who will buy more figures than they budget for in 2024? 40% say the Jedi, 33% say Brick, 16% say DLO, and only 10% say Sneaker. Come on.
It could be me.
My
I could be the sleeper. I could be the sleeper.
You guys watch the show? Do you see this
I
guy?
a sleeper pick.
If I have to buy
this,
it
man.
well, my budget's going to be super
this.
tight this year.
You guys
Actually,
are voting.
I've gotten better at not
low.
going backwards. So, I haven't bought a figure since like November.
Jetty's like on like trial. He's like, I refuse. To
3 I got for Christmas. These were technically pre-ordered, and I just canceled them and bought them elsewhere. But yeah, I'm doing good. So I'm clean. I'm staying clean.
That was my last one.
I absolutely am not.
Yeah, see, he's not. And you guys voted him 10%. Come on.
Yeah, believe. Yeah,
I'm a sleeper, man. I gotta. Thank you for backing me up, chat. I appreciate the
vote me every
confidence.
Are we going to visit these questions at the end of the year?
I hope so.
We should go back. We should absolutely do a year-end review.
You guys want to do one more?
Yeah,
one more.
Why not?
We should do
We're still under 2 hours.
I was just gonna say we should absolutely like try to keep track and do a year-end review of Guess the Collector.
Oh, that'd be fun.
I agree.
Kind of like a, what do they call that? Where you go back in the time capsule.
Yeah.
You see what really happened.
Yeah.
And then what we could also do is, keep track of actually how many figures you bought in the year. That'd be good.
I think we should do who's the cheapest.
Didn't we sort of ask that question already?
Not really. I just want one that's not going to be me.
That's gonna be tough. You wrote the questions down.
Well, that might be
any favors.
That might be that might be a good one because it depends what you mean by cheapest.
That's who's
so
the
is it cheapest on who buys less? Because that would probably be me. If it's cheapest by who won't buy a figure unless they get a really good deal, that would be Sneaker.
Totally.
You know what I mean? Like it depends what you mean by that.
Yeah.
All right,
Rick
we're
just
doing
defined both of those, so we can move on.
Yeah, we can move on.
Rick has answered that one. That's it.
Put it on the board.
Put it on the board. All right, it is up. I was going to say something and then I forgot what my thought process was. So, let's see here. Yeah, I mean, it's whatever you guys interpret cheap as, It could be just, I'm not buying this figure unless I get it for this price. Or it could be, I'm not buying a figure because I'm cheap. I don't know.
I mean, you can make the case for me too. I don't pre-order, right?
Right.
Because I always feel like I can find something for slightly better. So, I mean, I guess we all kind of cheap. Yeah.
Cheap.
Yeah, part of me wants to hold back a little bit too because I want to get a new camera. I want to get more cases.
Yeah.
I want to get better lighting. So part of me is like, man, altogether that's going to be like a couple grand if I do it right.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So that
takes away from somewhere.
Figures? Divide that by 3. That's 6-7 figures right there.
But if you sold your Legos, you can afford both.
Damn, that's a good point.
I'll purchase wherever I need to. Wherever I am,
there's certain ones I need to keep. Like the Titanic I can't sell because that one's my son, he's 6 years old. That's his favorite movie.
Your 6-year-old, that's his favorite movie, really?
Favorite movie. Yep.
Is what? I'm sorry, I didn't catch
Titanic.
That.
And we went to the Titanic Museum in Tennessee. Like he
crazy,
loves
man.
Titanic.
My 6-year-old likes that movie too, and she wanted to watch it. I'm like, no, we just watched it. It's a 3-hour movie. Like, it's not a comedy.
I want to watch the Batman. Damn it!
How do you put your 6-year-olds through movies like that? My kid, like at that age, like,
okay. Well, when you're watching
about it in
Bluey and Spider People and freaking Peppa Pig, you'll put on anything that they'll just agree to watch. So like, hey, how about Titanic? It's on a boat. They all sink. Like,
so wait, what did you guys do when like Jack was painting her like his French girl? So like, what did you do with that part? That's
bro.
I just let it go. I just kind of looked at her.
My 6-year-old look at some. Never mind. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, she's like boobies. I'm like, oh boy, here we go.
No, I fast forward to that part.
Boobies.
John Reese,
having daughters is way different. Having daughters is just so much different.
So much harder. God, I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, that's
toilet Waterland. You guys are thinking alike here.
Wait, how did you get him to sit through a 3-hour movie though? Like my kid would never.
Dude, and then you wanted to watch it again.
It did. Mine didn't go straight through, but
okay, gotcha.
There was a time
I'm gonna go take a leak.
You watched that movie he watched that movie almost daily.
The Titanic?
Like he would have it on. Yeah, because so he learned about it in school. You're gonna shut the door, Graham?
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just gonna ask you, Brick, is that the bathroom right there? Because like that's a little.
That is absolutely the bathroom door.
This is absolutely the time to become a member of the Jedi's Nice Watch, guys. We don't get this on any other channel.
I see the shadow. Anyways,
He's yelling.
So no, he learned about Titanic in school, and then he wanted to learn more, and he was watching these YouTube videos. I was like, dude, let's watch the movie, and he really like loved it. I don't know.
Did you show him like when they go down in the like when they actually like go down to look at the wreckage? Like, does he like that too?
Yep. Yeah. And it was the time that he started falling in love with that movie was the time that whole like little submarine blew up or whatever. So I was like trying really hard to like keep him away from that. Like keep him away from that so he didn't learn about more deaths and stuff. So because when he would look it up on YouTube, I was like, yeah, we're not gonna watch that one. But
make a purchase. You guys are funny.
Have you guys ever made a purchase on the toilet?
Oh yeah, sure.
Most
Wherever I am, man.
Good stuff.
That's prime browsing.
That's prime
browsing time.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. Who is the cheapest collector? 33% say Brick, 28% say Sneaker, 28% say DLO, and 9% say Jedi. Not sure if that's good or bad, but yeah.
Yeah.
Good for you, bud.
Cool. What's next, guys? What do you want to do? Call it? We keep going? What do you guys want to do? We at still 56 in the chat. You guys want? We could. We got other topics. We could talk about another topic. We could end the show. We could call it a night.
He always gives you. You guys always say no to that one here. What topics you got?
What topics we got? What do we got left?
Right, let's go. Oh my God!
Oh man!
How did that happen? I think my thumb just broke off. That's
no way. Stop
on live TV. No, it just fell.
Wow! Hold on.
Where'd the finger go?
No,
great. Now I gotta glue another. Oh wait, no.
Oh no!
It just popped out. It just popped out. It's still intact.
So I always tell my wife. Just popped out.
All right, I'm gonna fix that as soon as I get back on track here.
Okay, I guess we're ending it now.
Bless it. All right, so we have. Do we overhype figures to the extent of being let down? We have 2024 sleepers, and we have collecting sickness or cure.
You know what? We've been picking. Let's let the chat. Let's put it in a poll.
Yeah, let's run it in chat. That's a good idea.
Yeah, let's make the Jedi do another poll. Let's make the Jedi do another poll. Okay. What would you like to discuss? Freaking Jedi. Guy's been drinking. Overhyping figures.
Keep the RoboCop down. Keep him on his back right now.
Sleepers.
Do not go by that Batman over there. Stay right there.
Yeah, leave the Batman alone. Seriously.
All right. You guys do that. I'm going to see if I can get this guy's hand back intact. That was crazy. It just like freaking fell over.
Let's see.
Hey, DLO, you want to trade figures? Straight up.
Yeah, that's going to be a no for me, dog. I don't know.
All right. The thumb's back in. So
I had to put my robo back. I did not want that to happen to me.
Brick went and put his back in the shelf.
I'm the cheapest.
Mine is like way over here.
Like a ghost in here or something.
I don't know. I saw you pretty much smack the shit out of it. That was no ghost.
No way.
I have to watch the replay.
You backhanded that roadblock like it owed you money.
Get the hell out of here, RoboCop. Okay, now I got to try to. What's with this gun? You guys are voting, and I'm just trying to.
Let's see. So far, it's looking like it's going to be sleepers, but it's moving. It's moving around here.
A lot.
You stay there. Just lean back.
Come on.
Man.
Come on, guys. We got 58 in the chat. We only got 19 votes. Come on.
Crisis averted. RoboCop is okay. The gun just looks janky as hell, but we're okay.
I know which one I secretly want to talk about, but let's see what the chat says.
Sleepers?
No, I don't want to. I don't want to influence.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Let's see here.
Say 60 more seconds and wrap it up. See what we got.
Yeah, you count it down. I'm gonna just check in with the chat.
Countdown from 60.
Oh, come on, Hammer. I've got definitely ending the stream now.
Damn, bro.
Go drunk Murphy, you're home. Benson gave RoboCop the hardest of stares. I voted sickness or cure because I'm feeling hella existential.
It's deep, brother. It's deep.
That's deep.
Deep. Very deep. I'm just glad he's okay. That would have pissed me off. Dude, I haven't touched my Batman Returns figure since I got him, just standing straight up and down. And the other day I decided to try to put his like grappling gun in his hand, and I was trying to put the hand in, and I'm like, be careful of those fins. They're known to break off really easily. Sure as shit. Bump it, and one of the fins breaks off. Try to glue it. The glue goes nuts. It's sticking to everything, and then it gets all, textured because it's setting and all that stuff, and I couldn't get it on there, and I'm like pissed, and I still have it, but it's like you look at the Batman now and you don't look at it the same. You're like, because it's not.
Which one was this
anymore? My Batman Returns, my Keaton. I mean, it's fine. You don't see it because the cape's covering it, but at the same time, you know in your head, and it's just like, it sucks. Same thing with my Superman, my Justice League Superman. I know that ankle's broken. Doesn't show, but the fact that it snapped, and this sucks. You guys have any figures that you broke that you still have, but that are like broken?
For me, like that bothers me so much that like if there's a broken piece, I will do everything to get or source the piece that's broken.
Sure.
Like I can't do it. I can't. To me, it's just like I'd rather throw the whole thing away. It's garbage to me until I get it fixed. So
if it's really simple, if it's like a really simple glue fix, like because some of the glue just like will harden and just that's different. You fix it, but if I'm the same way. If there's like something that's broken beyond repair, I'll try to get another one.
Yeah. Toy Anxiety should give me a line of credit. That's how much money I spent that day website.
One thing I did do for my Predator, my City Hunter. 1 second here. So my City Hunter, I bought used, and the knee pads the elastic on them was super loose, so they would just hang down. So actually, what I did this weekend was I cut a chunk of it off, and then I just glued it back on, and now they're like tight fitting again. So like that was something I did that I kind of modded it to fix it again. So that figure looks a lot better, but I think just the Superman and the Batman Returns are my only figures that I have something like actually broken on them though. Yeah, I think so. Let's end this poll here. See what you guys want to end the night with. 44% said 2024 sleepers, 29% said overhyping figures, and 25% said collecting sickness or cure. So let's bring it up. Let's see here. All right, so we're just going to bring up Sideshow here. Let's get rid of this. And bam. So figures that we project to release in 2024. We've talked about either on our separate channels or together our most anticipated figures for 2024. But what are some figures that we think might be like a sleeper figure, either in our own eyes or in the community's eyes, that could rise above and just like surprise people? So I'm just going to go to pre-release here. And again, I'm just going to kind of skim through. If something catches your eye, let me know. Some of these aren't necessarily projected to come out this year. And in the chat, if you guys have a sleeper that's supposed to come out this year that you want to bring up, just let us know in the chat, and we'll talk about these figures. So
can I bring one up now? Like if I already have one?
Yeah.
He doesn't mind anybody to take his.
I don't have one, so yeah, go.
No, I don't think you have one.
I have one as well.
Oh, good.
So for me, I'm gonna go throw in the first DC one in this this conversation. How about the Batman Armory 2.0? That's scheduled for this year. Now, I bring that one up here because this one has a little controversy to it there. Number one, this was announced very shortly after people started getting the DX19, right? And this one is supposed to be a superior body and suit compared to the one we just got, right? And it has a little bit extra. It has, the entire armory set up from The Dark Knight Rises. Very expensive piece. I think it was approximately 570, right? So, not cheap. Already waitlisted on Sideshow. This feels like one that sneaks underneath the radar. No pun intended. Evil, simply because like we already kind of gone past the DX19. We had the D100, the amazing D100. But I feel like this one here with the upgrades, sarcasm strong on that.
Yeah, sure.
But the upgrades on this is very impressive, and I've been seeing lately a lot of folks doing a lot of custom work with their Dark Knight figures, their Batman Begins, their Dark Knights. OT Customs is what they're called. Is that the name of the company, Graham?
Yeah.
Yes, OT Customs. Those we don't speak about. Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, a lot of people have been buying stuff just to modify and improve their existing figure, where this one has most of those upgrades already in them. So I think this is going to be like revisionist history where no one was really excited about this. Heck, some people were kind of downright mad about it. But this is the recipe to be a future Grail for me. With the additional Christian Bale, Bruce Wayne with this here, it's a pretty darn good value. And this is one of those ones, I think this was announced last year, wasn't it? If I'm not mistaken. By today's standards, what we're getting with like artisan lines and all these other figures that we're getting from Inart and J&D and all this stuff, I feel like by today's standard, 570 feels like a good value for everything you're getting with this set here. So it's essentially it's two figures,
half a K, man, half a K,
1.5, however you want to call it there, and a full on like display background, a diorama, if you will. So for me, I think like this one here is going to be the one that people were going to wish that they didn't sleep on. So I'm going to say Batman Armory for my first pick.
And did you miss out on the original Armory, or do you have it?
No, I had it. Such a great piece. Loved it. Got rid of it. Sad. But
sad.
Yeah, sad. But great piece. And I'm going to pick this one up here just because I kind of missed my Armory. At the time, I didn't have a display case. I didn't even have DTOS when I got the Armory. I just had shelves back in those days. So it took up a lot of room and it just wasn't practical at the time when I just started, and I didn't know how far I was going to go. But nowadays, if I could get that back, I would. But with the 2.0, I'm just going to get the 2.0 because I got a better Batman too.
That's a good choice. Kind of one that it's a great figure to be a sleeper, because I was even thinking like, man, I forgot about that one. It comes out April to September of this year. It's already waitlisted, but still not really talked about a lot. So it could be a really great sleeper. Really quick, Eddie Rodriguez says, Jedi, your background is unacceptable. Yes, I've been hearing that. And I'm working with Brian from MagiCase to hopefully hook me up with something small here so that we can have some figures in the background still. All of my stuff is to the right of me, and it's just the way that it works for my living quarters. But I get it. It's blah, and it's boring. So I'm trying to work on it, but give me a couple months, and we'll have something figured out. I had some Bladadins, or however you say it, Bladadins, from IKEA on order, and I canceled those, and we'll figure something else out. But Single Songwriter says, good choice, DLO.
Thank you, sir.
The Bruce Wayne is a power pose, basically, but Batsuit is full Batman figure. Some people are saying modern suit Batman also from Keaton, so that's something to keep an eye on. But Sneaker, you said you had one too, right?
Had a what? Oh, a sleeper figure? Yeah. Can I just comment on this one real quick?
Yeah, comment.
The one thing that really bothers me about this is that they are gatekeeping an upgraded version of this suit, because I don't want to buy the old DX19. I want this with all the upgraded stuff. And the only way right now that you can get this is to spend $570. I do not want the other Christian Bale figure. I just want the suit. So that's kind of a bummer that I don't have an option of getting that unless I want to spend this. I just wanted to say that because that kind of sucks. But I do have a figure that's I think is going to be a sleeper in 2024, and that's going to be Tech from the Bad Batch. I'll tell you why. I think Tech's going to be a sleeper because this is what's going to happen. Tech's going to come out. All 5 of them are going to be out next month in February. Bad Batch season 3, the final season, is coming out. It's going to be done. Bad Batch is going to be over. Tech is going to come out, and right now you can get Hunter and Echo relatively cheap. Wrecker is readily available. Crosshair is an anomaly that's like $400+. I think Tech is going to come out, and I'm going to predict that I think people are going to start going after all 5 more often once all 5 of them are out, and the price of these is going to probably go up. I think there's a potential for that to happen. Is it for sure going to happen? I don't know, because they could just remain cheap, but I think Bad Batch season 3 is going to come out, and that usually when something like that drops, it always drives up hype. Like there's going to be people who are going to go and pre-order Tech, probably buy Wrecker. I know, I think, are Hunter and Echo still available on Sideshow? I forget if they are.
Yeah,
or not,
the only one at Crosshair is the only one that's
Yeah, this is reminds me of a situation where Clone Wars Anakin just started popping off on Sideshow right after the flashback in Ahsoka. Everybody's oh, I'm going to buy Anakin. I feel like this is a situation where I do not think season 2 or season 3 Bad Batch figures are being made. This is probably going to be it, right? These are never. I don't think they're ever going to be made again unless they show up in something else. And also, Tech is an awesome figure. I think this figure just looks really cool. People don't give the Bad Batch enough credit because I know a lot of people don't watch it, but this figure just in general is just these figures don't get enough recognition and enough love, because now that I have Wrecker, which he absolutely surprised me. I'm doing my working on my review right now, but Wrecker is awesome. And then you just start piecing them together. Now I have 4 of them, and just seeing them all together, getting Tech is just going to be awesome. And I think once people see the group of all of them together, people are going to start flocking to these, and I think probably start buying them up more once they're all readily available and you can kind of get all of them. So this would be my sleeper pick. He comes with so much stuff. Look at his head sculpt, and then you have the ability to put on the goggles, helmet with the the visor up or down. I think it's just you have so much versatility with this figure. So many accessories, and yeah, I'm just really happy what they did with this line as well. It's a really awesome line.
Yeah, great choice. And again, this one comes out projected April to September of this year, and it is still available for pre-order. Brick, do you have one that
I do, but it's the end of the year, and it's possibly 2025. Can I choose that? I want to say. I'm gonna say the whole entire, but I'm gonna say one specifically, across the Spider-Verse line, and specifically Spider-Punk. I think that figure is going to blow a lot of people's minds. If you guys remember Into the Spider-Verse, even though there still a ton available, there's a lot of people's figure of the year. If you go back to certain YouTube channels and you watch their top 10s for that year that it came out, it was a really good figure, very good posing, 3 head sculpts. This also comes with a lot. I mean, he looks amazing. He's got, as Spider-Punk, he looks great without the mask on. He looks really good. He's got the guitar. I think this is going to be a sleeper for sure, especially when all these figures come out. And they're probably going to come out around the time now that the 3rd movie got delayed. So people are going to want these. It's going to be closer to that. And it's that doesn't happen a lot where figures come out during a time when a movie comes out. So it's a possibility that happens, or at least close by, to where people will still fresh in their minds and oh yeah, okay, Spider-Punk was a big part in the 3rd movie, or that the Miles Prowler was a huge part in the 3rd movie, because we know that's going to happen. So yeah, these figures indeed 100% sleepers in my mind. So and people were talking about it at first, but then it just stopped.
Right.
And we're still waiting for an actual Spider-Gwen announcement, right? That 2.0.
Yeah, they teased her, and then
it's not really a 2.0. It's
It looks the same, but yeah, I guess it's gonna be
Well, they have like
rebranded.
they have like different outfits and stuff outside of the Spidey suits, right? And then she's got like different shoes and whatever. But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely getting the Spider-Punk. I think this is going to be one of my most anticipated figures of the year. Surprisingly.
You guys got anything to add to that while I try to look for my sleeper?
Was this the one that they did the like they did the timed pre-order for to get the exclusive item? Was that this one or was that Prowler?
It was the Prowler for the mask.
I couldn't remember.
Mm-hmm.
Thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
I haven't really seen them do that. I guess they didn't really do that too often this year. I thought that was kind of interesting how they they had that timed like 48-hour or 72-hour window or whatever, like countdown of if you want the special edition, you got to pre-order now.
I think that's a gimmick though, honestly. I think they were just trying to experiment
FOMO,
what will work there,
FOMO.
Yeah. But I don't think anybody truly is gonna cry if they lose out on one accessory in that line.
Brick,
but
did you pre-order that? I'm sorry, D-Lo. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Which one? I'm sorry.
Did you pre-order Prowler for the special edition piece?
I not for the special edition piece, no.
I was
but I have the 2099. I have Spider-Punk pre-ordered. These figures don't, as much as people like them when they have them in hand, I feel like they're not going fast. Like we have so many Spider-Man fans in the community, and it's just really surprising that these aren't selling out. And they might be overloading, right? Like with these figures because it is another Spider-Verse movie and it's so well received. But I think they would have learned from the first movie, like.
But that's the thing, though, Brick. Not to cut you off, but that's the thing about Spider-Man and Hot Toys. There's so many to choose from.
No, but my point with this figure specifically is it's so different than any other Spider-Man.
Maybe true. Yeah. It's true. But the thing is, like, when it comes to a collector, like when you talk Hot Toys, Iron Man or Spider-Man, there's plenty to go around. And there's only so many collectors are willing to devote just to one character, right? I mean, I'm a Batman guy. You're a Spider-Man guy. I have a limit to how many Batman I have. I would always consider every Batman that comes out like you do with Spider-Man. But I think the thing is with this line here, the first movie kind of proved that there's a difference in what collectors envision their collection looking like. I've said before, I prefer the realistic look, the movie accurate look there. This is animated, which is accurate to the film, but it doesn't match the aesthetic I'm looking for in my collection here because it at this point, as beautiful as they are together, they clash when they're not together. So if I only wanted Miles to have representation in my collection and I stick them next to Toby or Andrew or any of those other ones, even with the mask on, I know it's a cartoon compared to a real actor, right?
That's why I think this will be a sleeper due to the fact that not a lot of people are going to get it, but when they feel it in their hands, they're going to say, wow, this is different than any other Hot Toys figure, right? Yeah. Including not just Spider-Man, but like, oh, wow, this is unique. I mean, it's once they get it in hand and start seeing reviews on it, I think that's when they're going to, I'm not saying it's going to change their mind to buy it, but I think it's going to be a sleeper to the point where it's like, oh shit, this kind of came out of nowhere. This is a really cool, dope figure.
I think the one that has a chance from this line to be the sleeper is actually the Miguel O'Hara character. Yeah. I think that one is because that one
badass.
At the time, well, that's the thing. It wasn't always badass, right? Like we first saw the original one and it looked terrible. What were you thinking, right? It got to the point where it forced Hot Toys to reevaluate how they were going to put that figure out, and they remodeled and redesigned it to, really make it more appealing to us here. But damage is done. Pre-orders went out at that point in time. And I think of things like Peacemaker, when Peacemaker didn't look great in the original photos, and then they fixed it, and now it's a much better figure, and it's a little harder to find. You can still find it out because it's still fresh, but I mean, eventually it's gonna be hard to find that figure. And I'm thinking about like the Mark 85 when we had the Tony Stank head sculpt, and they revised that, and it's very hard to find that head sculpt, the revised one. So I just feel like with history showing here, I think something like, if I had to choose one from that line, Brick, I would say the Miguel O'Hara, the Spider-Man, was it $20.99? It's right, it's $20.99. I think that one has a better shot just because it was a flop when it was first announced, and they fixed it. And I think that's usually a Hot Toys formula for it to being a sleeper, maybe even convert into a grill potentially. So that's the one I would go with. But I like your Spider-Punk, Brick, and that's a good choice.
Yeah, I think like this. Right. I kind of agree with like both your points, because this is, I think, will be a sleep. I think this would be a sleeper because, like Brick saying, like, I don't think this is like kind of a, I don't want to say a niche, because I don't think it's necessarily like a niche line, but when you cross over animation from realism, like you were saying, D-Lo, it's like there's different collectors for that. Like this, to me, if I'm collecting this, I feel like I need to take these figures and put them in a separate area. I wouldn't mesh these with like some of my other like Spider-Man figures that have realistic head sculpt.
Spider-Man though.
Right. No, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you can't really tell.
Because you have that look. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard for me to like blend them with some of the other stuff. I'd want them in their own separate area. I think that would look cool having them all put separately. And I think, and that's going back to kind of the Bad Batch. That's why I really like that line, because the blend between matching their animation, but also making it realistic, like they actually look like these other realistic Hot Toys figures. Like I'm a little bit more drawn to that. I think like some people, when they see the animated style, like there's not as many people into that style as there are who want to see like these realistic head sculpts and such. But in that, like that kind of goes along with what D-Lo said. But then I see your point where less people are probably going to buy that. That's going to make it a sleeper. That's going to make it a sleeper, because a lot of people aren't going, like there's going to be probably a lot of people that pass on it. And then, like you said, getting it in hand, like it looks like it's going to be one that's going to be really cool. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I think that whole line is going to be kind of come out of nowhere, but
bangers for sure.
Really quickly want to give a shout out to the Movie Cannon for the $1.99 super chat. Thank you so much for that super chat. He says, to the panel, all-time favorite character. I'll go first. It's Batman. Sneaker, Obi-Wan. Brick, Spider-Man. D-Lo, Batman.
Barbie, Batman.
So
are we just talking like in film, like in cinema?
Go ahead.
In cinema?
Well, he just says all-time favorite character.
It's gotta be Batman.
I'll say Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yep. Brick?
Yeah. I mean, it's Spider-Man or Godzilla.
But then also, like, I think, like, outside of film, I think of, like, Solid Snake and, like, Metal Gear Solid, you know what I mean? Like, there's some video game ones that I would put on that.
Sure. But basically, I would
say all time, I'll say Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Sephiroth. I like him a lot. Final Fantasy.
Well, thank you, Movie Cannon. Appreciate you. And then really quickly, I'm going to give my sleeper. I don't know if it is a sleeper, but I'm going to say it is, because I didn't really plan for this. I had two figures. It was between this one and like a Mantis, because I think Mantis would be great, because I think she's underrated, where she could really fill out your Guardians line. And I don't think a lot of people are talking about her. But I'm going to go with Bane, because I think a lot of people are overlooking this because it is a 2.0, and because maybe you already have a Bane, so you're not really having this on your radar. But with the new seamless body, with the updated paint applications, with the a little bit of the new accessories, I think the Bane is going to be a really great figure. And being that it is from the Dark Knight trilogy, I think people might underestimate it and then miss out and then really want it. And I think it's going to be a sleeper. You get this awesome base with it.
It's badass.
And who doesn't want a muscular, updated Bane body? You know, like obviously the one I have, the 1.0 with the coat on, it looks fine. But when you get him like this and you can show off, you know, the muscles and the seamless body, I think this is going to be a really good figure. It is supposed to come out between now and June of this year. Hopefully, you know, I think that coat is also going to be more of like the Nightmare coat, the new Nightmare, where it's not that pleather. It's like that material that looks like pleather, but not necessarily is pleather. So I think that'll last longer as well. So I'm excited for this. You also get this other coat here too. So I think because maybe the Dark Knight is 10 years plus ago, I think this is why it could be a sleeper, because that, and then we already had the 1.0. So I think those are the reasons why I'm picking this as like a sleeper, because it isn't like Bricks where it's like a true sleeper character, but I think it's going to be a sleeper figure, if that makes sense, where people are going to overlook it, but it's going to be really amazing in hand. So that would be my pick. What say you guys on the panel?
I think that's a great one. But before everybody goes it, Sneaker, you weren't here last week, and we all did a Bane impression with Collector Joey. You weren't here. Do you have a Bane impression? You can
So
throw
you think darkness is your ally?
Hell yeah!
That's what you get.
Let's go. Let's go.
That's right.
Sneaker.
Good
Sweet baby.
Yeah,
Well
we were
done.
gonna
Is that good?
do.
Was that pretty good?
Yeah, that was good.
Hey,
Yeah,
no,
we were
thank
gonna do like super chats. You know, you guys
was
could ask
born.
us to do
Alright,
an
I'll stop.
impersonation.
I'm more like
We'd have to
Palpatine,
do
but
it.
it's pretty good.
No, this is already waitlisted, so this is one that I do want, and I know that I'm not going to get anything for my 1.0 because of how kind of outdated it is, but it's still one that I do want in the collection. So I'm super excited for this, and I think people maybe just when you get the stuff that's coming out now, you forget about the Bane figure, and then I think people are going to be surprised, when this comes out and be like, oh shit, like I need to get that. So I think that's why I just kind of put him up there as my sleeper pick for 24. But Mantis was close because I think that's going to be a banger of a figure too. Look at that. That's
I think
awesome.
they're both good. Yeah, that's good. I mean,
The seamless body's so cool.
the technology
Right.
in that body is awesome, right? It's just like I had the 1.0 and I kept the code on just because the body was really
Right. You have
a
to.
lot to be desired. So to be able to like actually like pose them like this, that's really appealing. I had the entire like Dark Knight line from everything you can think of here. Like, and I honestly I got rid of all of it just over time, just because it was just like too much of one thing. I wanted to make room for other stuff, but man, to have an opportunity to go back now with the technology that Hot Toys has today to make these figures, Dark Knight trilogy is still one of the best trilogies of all time. And if you're a fan of DC, of good quality DC, you can always go back to the Dark Knight trilogy and pick up a figure from that.
Yep.
So the fact that we picked two sleepers from that same trilogy goes to tell you when those figures come out and they drop, I think collectors are going to be in a situation where they're going to have to make some choices.
Yeah, well said. Will Bane come out before Catwoman? That's insane too.
Yes.
Yes, they will.
Yes.
A 2.0 that's taken 2+ years to come out. I've only been collecting 4 years, but that's insane to me, So
Yeah.
Is this are these arms the same as what they did with Peacemaker?
No.
They're
This is
different.
a full seamless body. Peacemaker
Right.
has seamless
cut off
arm.
at the
Is it,
shoulders.
but like what I mean is like, is it the same material?
I would think so.
Yeah, I imagine it
Yeah.
is.
I was gonna say like I like the Peacemaker, the material of Peacemaker arms is just like, it's just so realistic. Like if they're doing that for the entire body, like that's gonna be awesome for sure.
Man.
It's like Wonder Woman all over again.
That's-
Like
Yeah.
the 1984 Wonder Woman, same shit. That's cool.
Yes.
Looking forward to
X-Man says, I think She-Hulk is a sleeper because everyone loves hating the show, but I think a lot of folks just want She-Hulk in their collection. That's
Count
a
me
good one
one.
too.
I want one.
A good one too.
I'm going to get it.
Bricks,
Yeah,
you saw the show. Is that one on your radar or not really?
I mean, sort of. I mean, I don't have it. It's not one of those must-haves, but I've thought about it with Daredevil, but I really want that red suit Daredevil. So, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys think Catwoman will sit or hit waitlist soon after release? I want that one too, but
I think it's going to
interesting because
sit.
of the suit. Yeah, I think everyone's
No.
gonna wait and see. Like, I feel like the
That's
suit
what
is gonna
I'm
be
doing,
one
you
of
know?
the things. Like, what?
No.
How is the suit gonna be?
Well, the thing about her is like, she's been there for so long that she was, announced during the boom time when Hot Toys was mass producing figures. So even if they want to sell that figure fast and people still like it, I still think they're going to have plenty left over at the end of the day, regardless. So, yeah, I mean, they can make this the best Catwoman they've ever made. I still think it will sit just because I think they made too many.
sure. Yeah, I mean, even Mike says, the hair is stopping me. There's a lot kind of going against that figure, I think they've updated the body, but still, you got the suit material, you got the rooted hair. It's kind of a wait and see figure. That's a definition of a wait and see figure, is that Catwoman. All right. Well, this was a fun show as always. We're here at the 2.5 hour mark, so I think we're going to call it quits. Thank you guys in the chat for rocking the show tonight and, voting, being active. That's, again, what makes this show keep going forward. Really quickly, I want to just give you guys a moment to plug your channel. So, Sneaker, what do you got going on the channel? What's going on in your neck of the woods?
Yeah, thanks for having me back on Wolfpack Wednesday after I missed last week. I got a lot of
Good
stuff
to have
going
you as
on.
a guest.
Yeah, thank you for. I'll be reinitiated maybe when I earn my keep again. But no, it's good to be back and chatting with you guys as always. But sorry to everybody that I missed last week. But I got a lot going on, so I have reviews coming. I'm finishing up filming right now, but then I got to just do my reviews for Wrecker, Cobb Vanth, and also the Mark III 2.0. So I'm working on 3 reviews right now for figures. And then Friday, I'm doing my birthday's on Saturday.
Happy
Friday,
birthday.
Happy birthday. Come on.
My God, bless it.
My birthday's on Saturday, but I'm doing a Friday stream on my channel. I'm going to go on Sideshow and I'm going to figure out what I'm going to get myself for my birthday, what 35% off figure I'm going to get. So I will need everybody's help. So chat, if you're not.
Do you want us to sing to you quick? We could sing.
Lando.
No.
Rick's got a beautiful
You
voice.
don't have to say. Yeah, so I'm doing that on Friday. It's gonna be just fun, like just a little Friday night stream, just doing random stuff and talking about maybe talking about some birthday memories, just doing some fun, cool birthday themed stuff. Yeah, I'm getting old, man, getting old. But yeah, I'm gonna go through Sideshow, see what I want to buy, but yes, appreciate the birthday comments in the chat. Yes, thank you. That for now, I believe is it. Oh, if you haven't, I had the Collector Tour episode last night with Zord Photography. Awesome episode, except for like the last 20 minutes because my internet failed me again.
So amateur.
He held it down though. He's a natural. He held it down. But we still went for it was almost an hour and it was like almost 2 hours. Like ended up being like an hour and 20 minutes of really, really good conversation. What if everyone else on the panel?
He doesn't deserve it.
3 Landos, send me 3 Landos.
I refuse.
Oh my gosh. But yes, so go check that out. The Collector Tour with Zord. He's just an awesome dude. It was a really fun episode. So you can go check that out. Check out the
super
replay on my
talented
channel.
guy.
Yeah, just really talented. If you haven't seen his stuff, you have probably honestly, if you collect 1/6, you probably have seen his stuff at some point. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Sounds good. Well, happy birthday to you, sir.
Oh,
I'm sure we'll check in on your Friday night stream, but yeah, happy birthday. Hope you have a great weekend. Rick.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys.
Yeah. I don't really have a lot of videos in place right now. I've got a couple ideas. I just haven't started filming, but I do have my new live stream at the Bugle 6. First episode was last Monday with Flavio's House of Collectibles, excuse me. I'm going to be doing that every other week, make it a two time a month show every first and third Monday of the month to keep it somewhat consistent. But yeah, a lot of fun games on there. I know I mentioned it last week's episode, but we had a lot of fun doing the first episode. And then I will be on Movie Cannon's live stream this weekend again, Saturday at 2:35, the Met Report, talking about movies. So if you guys are into movies, which I'm sure all of us are, come over to the Movie Cannon's channel. He's got a lot of good stuff going on over there as well. And yeah, so the next Bugle 6 episode will be on the 5th of February, and more info to come.
Very good. Very good, Brick. Go subscribe to Brick Artemis if you guys haven't already. Hammer of God says, is there a Discord we can join? Now, is he referring to the Jedi's channel? That I'm not sure. I'm an old guy, I guess, when it comes to technology. I'm getting there. I was thinking of possibly starting a Discord for like the channel members. Sneaker, I know you're up to.
You could, yeah. So like Discord is like, we should bring that up on a future show and see if like people would be interested in that. That's something we could pull out and see if like, put a poll and something we could pull out.
Another poll.
Put a poll and put a poll and see if people would be interested in that. But I mean, if that's something people would want to do, I could easily help you manage a Discord. It's really easy to do.
Yeah, because I mean,
yeah,
I'm all for community and hanging out with you guys and chatting. So that's definitely something that we could set up and kind of be one of the perks for being a channel member. So yeah, we'll look into that for sure.
Yeah, we can get that going.
Single Songwriter says, "Happy birthday, Sneaker." Let's see. He says, "Put names of figures you want in a hat and randomly pick it." Are you still considering the tumbler?
Yeah, man. People are saying that, and it's hard. Like, I do want to get the tumbler, and I think it's X-Man saying it's 30% off. I think it's 35% off.
It is
with, like, the Wario holiday code.
It's like $5 shipping or something like that.
Yeah, it's like just over $400 shipped. So it's like really tempting.
Good deal.
Best deal you ever see on that thing.
I know, it's like, it's not. I mean, it'll probably be on sale again, and like that's pretty. It's still a lot to spend, but we'll see. We'll see on Friday. I got some thinking to do because there's some other figures that I'm interested in.
I'm excited for you, so I want to see what you decide to pick up.
Yeah, we'll see.
Hammer of God says, "I think you guys mentioned you have a chat that you guys are a part of. Wondering if that was open to viewers." So we have a Wolfpack chat, which is just us four that we talk every day on, and it's honestly, it's so much fun. Makes my day. We give each other shit. We talk about figures we're getting. We love on each other as well. But
we talk about Lando a lot.
Yeah, we talk about Lando. It's
just drop
so much fun.
Lando memes.
I wouldn't trade it for the world.
The stickers.
If I share this with these guys, I wouldn't mind doing like a Discord with you guys as well. So that's definitely again something that we can put together here down the road. So yeah, maybe Sneaker and I can look at that. So DLO, what do you have going on IG or YouTube or collecting in general?
So I am backlogged with tons of content for you guys here. So collecting keeps getting in the way. Every time I sit down and record something, a new figure comes in. So I do owe you guys a video on Luke, but then also I got my prank villain in, so I'm doing that video. So I'm kind of doing pieces of each video when I have time. Just like full disclosure, like Graham mentions, like I'm buying a pool for the family. Like I'm working basically around the clock to get that for my family because they deserve it. They're amazing. So obviously anytime I can sneak away from the wife and kids, it's like I'm filming stuff for you guys. So it's all coming together. I'm really excited. I'm almost done with the Luke comparison video. I think that's gonna be really fun. I think it's gonna help a lot of people out, and it's gonna give people a new perspective on Hot Toys figures in general. But after that, I have the third-party prank villain as well here, just kind of discussing like the pros and cons of collecting third parties. And I got new figures here. I just told you guys in the beginning of the show, I told myself I'm going to be good. I'm not going to buy anything. And then I ran into an amazing collector. Shout out to Aaron Jones on Facebook. He's a longtime collector. He's been in the community for many, many years. Stand-up guy. We found a mutual trade that benefited both of us there. So now I have the new Doctor Strange for the Multiverse of Madness coming in, which wasn't on the radar, but circumstances present themselves. And I got the integrated Spider-Man. The Brick Reminding, was it a B tier, C tier? What do we call your?
We said C tier.
I gave it a B.
Right?
I gave it a B tier, and you guys gave it C. So
that's right. It was so I got a C tier figure. So I'm very happy about that C tier figure. So yeah, so I'm getting. So it's it's good stuff. So
I'm the only one that has it. Nobody agrees with me.
Well, I'll have it. I'll probably have it by tomorrow. It looks like.
Oh, we went B tier. Okay.
Yeah, it went B tier.
Was it B tier? Okay, so yeah, I was nicer. I was B. All right, so it was B.
Feel better.
But yeah, I'm gonna get that one tomorrow. So shout out to Aaron Jones for that. Appreciate you. But yeah, I want to give you guys different stuff. I mean, there's so many people out there doing reviews, and Graham and Sneaker doing great jobs of that. Brick is doing amazing stuff with his content. So I feel like for me, being the fourth guy on this, journey with you guys, I want to bring you something different. So that's hard because I have to come up with different, and I don't know what is different all the time. So I got a lot of good ideas. I got a lot of great footage, and when it comes out, it comes out. And the one thing I will promise you, it is unique, and you probably haven't seen it before. So that's tough. So I'm challenging myself to do that for you guys here. So the Luke video will be out first, and then a couple more down the road. So just stay tuned. Subscribe for more. So and shout out, thank you guys. I hit over 400 a couple days ago. So
nice.
Appreciate that, guys. Appreciate
Beautiful.
that. So on the road to 500.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, and as for my channel, I just came out with the Bat Cycle review. Before that, it came out with the Doc Brown 1/6 kit head sculpt, and probably tomorrow, because I already have it on deck, I'm gonna just unveil. I usually come out with the videos Fridays, but I think I'll just come out a day early with the Batman review. Again, it's a looser review, so be gentle. It was just me kind of in front of the camera talking about the figure itself and my initial impressions. So outside of that, I think that's it. That's all I got coming out. So yeah, another great show in the books. Episode 36. We're on our quest here to episode 50, which we'll be hitting somewhat soon. And the guys, thank you again for being active in the chat, for just asking questions, being part of the community, and making this such a fun hobby to share with each other. That'll do it for tonight. Thank you guys again for watching. Till next time, stay safe out there, and we'll see you soon. Wolfpack out. Good night.